A Napa guy knows the only way you'd give a freshly minted driver a brand new car is if he promises to never drive it. Instead, let him grind the gears and knock over the neighbor's mailbox in something a little more suited to his skill level. And with over 400,000 parts and a little Napa know-how, he can safely drive something that's nearly as old as he is. It's not perfect, but it's perfect for him. That's Napa know-how.
Blog Talk Radio.
Here we go. Blast off.
This is True Capitalist Radio. True Capitalist Radio.
I am your host, the man they call Ghost.
The badass of business.
Give him capitalism or give him death.
That's it. Period.
Broadcasting from his Skyline office studios in beautiful downtown Austin, Texas.
You sound fruitier than a box of Fruit Loops, for Christ's sake.
And now, he'll take it from here. Your host, the prognosticator of prognosticators, the man they call Ghost.
Thank you for tuning in with me to another edition of True Capitalist Radio. And of course, I am your host, the man they call Ghost. And once again, folks, I want to thank you for tuning in with me. This is episode number 102, 102 episodes of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast. I know I said I was going to take the day off today, but I decided since I was here in the office trading, taking advantage of some of these losses in the markets to take advantage of some bottom feeding, volatility day trading, shorting, so on and so forth. So decided to go ahead and stay in here maybe a couple of hours, maybe 3 hours, I don't know. But we'll see how the show goes, and we'll take it from there. Anyway, once again, folks, before we get into anything else, please retweet the program, Facebook like the program, go to the blogs, the social networking sites, spread it around like wildfire, and let everybody know that we're in effect and in the house here on the True Capitalist Radio broadcast. Anyway, folks, once again, let me get through the market so I can take your calls. Dow Jones Industrials, folks, closes out horribly. I mean, we're at a low point here when it comes to the equities market. It's because of the economic uncertainty that we're seeing with these numbers that are coming out. Latest economic numbers state that we've only added 54,000 private sector jobs for the month of May, which is not even, it's barely a third of what the street was expecting. And as a result, you're seeing the uncertainty of the investors basically just kind of go haywire in an already helter-skelter market. But inevitably, folks, I think that we have to anticipate a lot of different things here. Like I've been saying throughout the whole broadcast since the beginning of True Capitalist Radio Show, I said that the Federal Reserve is going to be forced by the disgusting spending of our government and their refusal to be fiscally responsible in a dire economic situation. The Federal Reserve is going to be forced to implement another quantitative easing phase. Like I said, it's June. We're about out of this QE2 phase, which is quantitative easing. And for all you folks that are unfamiliar with the whole concept of fractional reserve banking, it's basically they're just printing more money, and it's devaluing the currency. And the reason that they're printing more money, folks, is because our government is spending more money, all right? It's ridiculous. It's pathetic. Our government refuses to sit there and say, hey, we got a problem. We got way too many people on government cheese. We got way too many people on these housing voucher programs, all right? We got way too many people out here in the corporate sector sucking the taxpayer teat out here. And let me tell you something. I'm a capitalist. But I'm not going to forget all these corporate bastards that took money out of the taxpayer fund because of these liberal bastards and Republican ass clowns who they were able to manipulate because the American public fell asleep at the goddamn wheel when it came to their political responsibilities. But anyway, I just want to assure people, folks, that not only do we have to take the factors in of the rise in petroleum within the past couple of months, I think that we should also take in the factor of these natural disasters that have been occurring. We've been seeing a lot of unnatural atmospheric activity. We've been seeing a lot of earthquakes, tsunamis. Remember, Japan was hit up with a trifecta of disaster. They had an earthquake of unimaginable proportions. They had a tsunami, which really just decimated the whole area there. And then they had this nuclear fallout happen from their nuclear reactors that literally melt down. Now, that is the third largest economy in the world. You have to understand, when you knock out of an economy like that in the global economic market, especially an economy like Japan, which is a big retail consumer. I mean, a lot of these retailers, especially handbags, they took a big dip because of this earthquake situation, tsunami, so on and so forth. So, I mean, you've got a lot of things happening. You got Europe going broke. All right, Europe is completely going goddamn broke, for Christ's sake. I mean, you've got the announcement today that the European Union is going to go ahead and bail out Greece once again because they're a bunch of socialist pricks. And just all this is just uneasy to the investor, folks. But once again, I think that we could possibly bounce back. I'm not trying to be overly optimistic here, but I think that the capitalist in America today needs to be able to maneuver their assets in a way so they can hedge against this hyperinflation that's obviously happening and is going to continue happening when the Federal Reserve is forced to implement QE3, which is quantitative easing 3, which will be probably announced here in the latter part of June. And this is just purely speculation. You know me, I'm the prognosticator of prognosticators, so I'm pretty sure it's going to happen. So when it does happen, believe it or not, this is when these markets are going to come back up. Because, you see, when investors realize that the currency that they have cashed out in and they've got holding in a bank is falling in value because the Federal Reserve and the government is going to continue to print more money, that means there's more American dollars outstanding. That means the more American dollars there are in circulation, the less value the dollar is. So when you have the Federal Reserve announcing quantitative easing 3, which is just a fancy way of printing up more money, you're going to have investors hedging their inflation, in equities markets, commodities markets, physical gold, silver, copper. I'm telling you this right now, folks. This is the time to bottom feed. Watch these markets. If you've got some money set aside, if it's in the bank, don't keep it in the bank, folks. I mean, start entertaining these financial instruments. I'm not giving you specifics on where to go, but in this downtime of economy, when it doesn't seem like work is going to pay very much, and if it does, you have to be very, how can I put it, observant of your money. And what I'm saying is that there are financial instruments right now that are hitting rock bottom. One can accumulate, and eventually when the quantitative easing comes back into play here for the part 3, we are going to see a spike one more time in the equities markets, just like we did when they announced QE2. Just look at the charts of all the markets when they announced QE2 and today. And let me tell you, QE2 ends at the end of this month, and you're going to see something similar to that, in my opinion, in the equities and commodities markets once again once they redo it. So, in my personal opinion, man, I think that this is the time to buy, even though the investment community is a goddamn bunch of imbeciles that have no continuity, no longer have any kind of investment fundamentals anymore, and you can see it in the volatility in the market. But like I have said, long-term investment reigns supreme here. Warren Buffett, the second richest man in the world, got rich purely on trading these equities. And, of course, I'm not saying that you should put all your eggs in one basket by any means. But I'm just telling you, you need to look at all the areas of profitability out there and be able to maneuver your capital, put it in these opportunities, and not only make more money, take the money that you make from there and flip it even more so you can become the richest man in the world. That's what every capitalist objective should be. Anyway, sorry. We're not all going to get there, of course. I mean, but that's the game, pal. You know, I mean, that's what motivates productivity with humanity. Anyway, let me get back to the markets here. We got S&P 500 closing out today at 1,300.16. It was down today 12.78 points, a decrease of 0.97%. I completely forgot about the Dow Jones Industrial. Dow Jones Industrial closes out today at 12,151.30. I mean, we were just at 12,008, what was it, a couple of months ago? I mean, not even, a month and a half ago. We were at 12,800 Dow Jones Industrials. We are now 12,151. It was down today 97.29 points, a decrease of 0.79%. NASDAQ closes out today at 2,732.78, a decrease, a major decrease of 40.53 points. And it's a percentage decrease. It was the largest of all three markets, 1.46%. And a lot of this has to do with, a lot of factors. I mean, there's a lot of different factors. I mean, the NASDAQ has been very volatile. 1 minute it's up, the next minute it's down. I think that we're seeing another tech bubble. Believe it or not, Groupon.org is going to raise, whatever is it, $750 million, whatever the hell they're raising. They're raising some astronomical amount of capital out here in the stock market when it hasn't even made a profit. On the contrary, it's, got debts. I mean, it's kind of like the old school days of dot-comming. Like, okay, I know we're not pulling off profit now, but just wait for anticipated profits. And, investors are just supposed to, kind of go in with these high prices on these dot-coms based upon these forecasts set forth by these ass clowns who work for the joint. And you're seeing this a lot here with these dot-coms. I mean, LinkedIn, LinkedIn just goes to show you. I mean, you take a look at a chart on that, and it hasn't been around for very long. It went up to 107. It's down to $70. And the damn thing just went public, was it 3-4 weeks ago? And what's unfortunate is that you've got a lot of investors out here that are they don't know what they're doing, man. They're just investing out of their goddamn mind, for Christ's sake. They're stupid. Anyway, let me move on, folks. We got the commodities markets here. Let me go ahead and move to commodities before we go off on another tirade. We got Brent crude oil, which is the oil that's shipped off to Asia and Europe and consumed by them also. It's up 51 cents today, closing out today at $116.05 per barrel of Brent crude oil. We've got gasoline futures up $17, so if you're expecting the gasoline prices to continue to go down, you got another thing coming, for Christ's sake. I mean, even though we are seeing these bad numbers in the economic data, all survey shows, all the surveys, all the polls, all the data shows that these people that have been sitting on their capital, and I'm talking about the regular working class and the PO in America, and the reason that, this data, in my opinion, is accurate is because you just got to look at the earnings, man. I mean, Walmart, they're not even, going up. I mean, they should be racking it in poor America. They're the ones that are dishing out these low prices, for Christ's sake, and they're not. I mean, anybody, you know what I'm saying? Anybody who is a retailer that is retailing to the general masses and the PO in America, they're losing money in today's economy. And the reason is, folks, is because this liberal regime created this situation. All right? Right now, there is a big discrepancy between rich and poor. The middle class is starting to become an endangered species. And I know that the liberal regime wants to sit here and blame this, blame that. It was their policies of nationalizing all this nonsense, nationalizing the student loan program, stimulus package 2, what do we have? The goddamn bailouts of Goldman Sachs, and I mean, just all this crap. Taxpayer dollars for nonsense, and the increase in subsidies, the unlimited supply of unemployment. I mean, I think it's a coincidence that we see unemployment data, It goes up 9.1% now. We're at 9.1%. We only created 56,000 jobs in the month of May. I mean, do you think that it maybe has something to do with the losers just collecting unemployment checks and just wanting to sit on their fat asses, smoke dope, and play PlayStation? Well, they can't play PlayStation 3 anymore, right? But Xbox 360. I mean, do you think that there's a correlation with people not going to work because they can just go to the government and say, "Yeah, baby, I ain't got no employment, baby. I ain't got nothing, baby. You don't say I need money, baby. I need an unemployment check, baby." And they get these unemployment checks, unlimited amount of time. We continue to fund this nonsense. It's a joke. It's an utter joke. I mean, you know, our government is making it more lucrative for these losers to, instead of going out and making an honest living and having some integrity and some pride, they're making it easier for them to sit on their fat asses and be a waste of human flesh. Meanwhile, you have individuals who happen to be, intellectually curious, and those that are entrepreneurial, or those that are in the know, or, and I hate to say this, even in the goddamn bureaucratic elitist, these are the individuals that are actually moving up in this time. I mean, when you got Saks Fifth Avenue, for Christ's sake, moving its profits up 20% in this past quarter, when everybody else is posting, and I'm talking about the regular retailers, not the rich retailers. They're posting, not meeting up to the street's expectations or worse than expectations. I mean, it just makes sense that this liberal regime's policies has basically subjugated the entire country, and you can just look at the market because of that, for Christ's sake. Anyway, we got on a tie right there. Heating oil futures are up $2.07. Natural gas saw a sell-off. We expected that. It was up all week, for Christ's sake. It's down 10 cents, a percentage decrease of 2.09%. We got WTI sweet crude oil, which is the oil that's consumed here in America. It is up 14 cents. It is now $100.54 per barrel of Brent crude oil. So it is now $100. Once again, this is the last thing we need. With all the bad economic data, with all the bad employment numbers and the real estate numbers, and there's so much bad economic data. The last thing we need is for oil prices to go up the wazoo again and to stagnate the goddamn country. Anyway, agricultural futures, we got canola up 40 cents. Cocoa continues its sell-off. It's down 26 cents. Coffee futures are up after sell-offs last week. We saw that last week and into the beginning of this week. Now they're up $9.70, a percentage increase of 3.71% on the day. Corn futures, yes, they're down, baby. Yes, they're down $12.50. They need to come down even more. I'm sick and tired of paying $1 an ear of freaking corn, for Christ's sake. I'm from Texas. Do you understand? I mean, we grow all kinds of crap out here in Texas. I'm expected back in the day, this was about a year, 2, 3 years ago. I was paying $1 for 9 ears of corn. Now I'm forced to pay $1 for 1 ear of corn, for Christ's sake. And I hate to keep beating a dead horse, but I got to beat it, man. The reason that this corn price is so high is because of this government subsidy. Our tax dollars going to this idea of turning corn into ethanol so that we can gas our gas guzzlers with a quote-unquote alternative energy. Now, this is the most stupidest idea I've ever, the dumbest, the most pathetic, the most ridiculous, I can't even, there's so many words to say about this ridiculous program, for Christ's sake. Every time I think of it, for Christ's sake, the ulcer, the hole in my stomach starts bubbling up, goddamn stomach plasma, for Christ's sake. What brain scientist out there in the government actually thought that this was a good idea? That you can just take food, all right? We're burning food so that people can gas their gas guzzlers. And then we wonder why the price of food is going up the wazoo, because we've got the goddamn American government subsidizing the burning of it so we can put it in our goddamn cars. And let me tell you, there are ethanol stations out here in Texas, folks. Believe it or not, they're actually selling corn ethanol vehicles as an alternative to petroleum. But what these people don't realize is that corn ethanol burns dirtier than petroleum, you idiots. So shove it up your asses. All you Greenpeace assholes, we got to save the planet. We got to do corn ethanol. I mean, you have made a huge contribution to the rise in food costs in an already fledgling economy. And we need to end this, and we need to end it now. We need to end it. Corn ethanol. You know who I feel sorry for is the goddamn Mexicans down there who can't afford their tortillas anymore in Mexico because the goddamn corn prices are so high because us here in America, we feel like, alternative energy. And we grow corn here in America, and what we can do is refine the corn into ethanol and put it in our gas guys. They just shut up. Idiots, man, I'm telling you. It burns dirtier than petroleum. Look it up. Anyway, cotton is down modestly, 53 cents. We've got wheat futures up $5.25. We've got sugar futures continuing their rise, for Christ's sake. It's up 43 cents, a percentage increase of 1.83%. We got soybean futures up $7.50. We've got lumber futures down $3.70. Oat futures down $2. We've got soybean oil futures down 18 cents, and wool is finally starting to see a modest sell-off after dramatic increases for some reason. I didn't know if the market bull dykes got a hold of wool. I don't know what the hell that was for the past couple of days, but it's down $3. We were seeing some modest spikes in metals. You saw some sell-offs in the equities market, so traditionally fundamentals would tell you would expect to see some gains in the commodities and some gains in the metals, and that's exactly what we're seeing. Copper futures are up $3.55. Gold is up $11.20, a percentage increase of 0.73%, closing out today at $1,543.90 per troy ounce of gold. Silver is up very modestly at 5 cents, closing out today at $36.26 per troy ounce of silver. Livestock, for all the idiots that, like myself, I like a good damn prime rib, T-bone, porterhouse, the good stuff, the good meats. None of this cheap, crap that, this processed minced meat garbage that people eat out here and actually feed their children. Actually, eat the crap that was actually cut from the cow. And that's some, meat. I eat beef, cow, baby, not kangaroo crap or whatever the hell you're getting. Anyway, we got live cattle futures up $1.20. We've got cattle feeder futures up 42 cents, and lean hog futures are down 5 cents. And that, my friends, is the markets for your ass, baby. That's right. Where's my drink? Where's my drink? It's Bowler Friday. I need a drink here. There it is. Here we go. And we're at the very bottom of the Johnny Walker Blue Label, folks. I think next week we're going to have to be getting something else as an alternative. You know what I'm saying? I mean, $400 bottles. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you gotta curb them, and you gotta drink them on a basis that makes you feel comfortable. You know what I'm saying? Good stuff, man. Oh, it's good stuff. Oh man. Anyway, let's talk. Let's take some callers here. 646-652-4869 for Christ's sake. I know there's a lot of people out there that have some interest in the equities markets. They don't know what's going on. Long-term investment reigns supreme. And of course, if you are lucky enough to be able to go up to the government standard of day trading, the government has made this regulation to where you have to have $25,000 in a brokerage account, and it has to be on margin for you to be a day trader in today's markets. I mean, it makes me sick when you've got a lot of people out here unemployed. The unemployment data is coming out. You got a lot of people out here looking for money, It makes no sense to me why the average person who has a couple of $1,000, they can throw it in a damn a damn account somewhere, some brokerage account, and be able to partake in pattern trading. I mean, there's a lot of volatility in this market, and it makes me sick to know that American people cannot participate unless they've got $25,000 and it's on margin thanks to this liberal regime who blames the American people for the 2008 collapse. That's what it is. You know, that's what it is. All right? You know it and I know it. Anyway, let's take some calls here. All right, 646-652-4869. We got 727 on the horn. What's up?
Hey, Ghost.
Hey, what's going on, man? How you doing? Good to hear from you.
Good, man. Sorry I dropped off yesterday. I was talking to you about
don't worry about it.
You're talking about corn. I got a couple things on my mind, but, not only is, the creating a shortage for corn causing all types of corn products, food products to go up. But the other unintended consequence of that is that farmers are abandoning other types of crops to grow corn. So other types of crops, you have a capacity issue because nobody wants to grow the other stuff anymore. So you've got less supply of all these other crops because everybody's converting their land to grow corn because that's where the money is because of the subsidies.
Yeah, that's a good point there. I mean, there's a lot of factors, but I never really anticipated that or kind of foresaw that particular concept that you just explained to us. But it makes perfect sense.
Yeah, you want to grow okra or you want to grow corn? Come on.
I mean, especially if you're getting the government subsidies, and especially if you can hook up some contract with one of these ethanol refineries. I mean, sure, yeah, corn is definitely a decent commodity. Moreover, most of these products that all these people like out here have a component of high fructose corn syrup. So of course, you've got that demand going up. So I mean, it's no coincidence why we're having such an increase in commodities. Moreover, that corn is also an element of the cattle feeders, the cattle feeder, and this is why cattle feeder futures are always going up. As a matter of fact, the feeder is more expensive than the cow at this point in time, and the reason is because the feeder is based upon all these components, which are based upon the commodities that are going up the ass. It doesn't take a brain scientist to know that it's this government, the regulation, the subsidies. It's this government that has put us in this particular situation. It's unfortunate that the American people, or at least the masses of them, because remember, the American masses are the ones that vote. It's unfortunate that they can't understand this and actually participate in the political process appropriately.
Right. So you think there's going to be QE3?
Oh man, are you kidding me? I mean, unless the Federal Reserve uses this as an opportunity to dictate the political future of America. I mean, if for whatever reason, if they don't like Obama, I mean, they could just say no, we're just going to stick to it. We're going to raise rates and do some serious damage to the economy so that it can be blamed on Obama and he's out of here, or Obama and Ben Bernanke have the same Keynesian economic ideas, and we're just going to go ahead and continue on with QE3. I think QE3 is good for capitalists on the short term. But on the long term, man, I don't know where you would put the assets. Once the profits are made, I don't know where you would cash out in. I don't know what currency you would cash out in. It's pretty scary.
Well, not to mention that eventually it's going to be. I had a guy tell me yesterday that he thought the market was going to bubble. He thought it was going to crash, but he didn't want to take the money out because he didn't want to pay tax on it. So he just assumed go ahead and let his stuff in there, crash with the market, and then let it come back up again, cashing out and paying taxes on it.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I know. Right? It's the taxes are rough, believe me, but you got to be a tax wizard to be able to maneuver, depending on your financial investment. I mean, long term, if you've got it on your personal account, yeah. I mean, under your personal name, if you sell a stock, yeah, you're going to definitely be paying some taxes. But if you have a company or a corporation that you buy stocks in name of, and you do it either short term, day trading, or long term, believe it or not, the tax rates can be a little bit less strict in that regard, because that's just the way our system is set up at this point in time. And everybody who complains about it, everybody can participate in this process this way. It's very complicated, and people are too dumb. They'd rather watch American Idol and Scotty McQueary and him hopping around the stage. He's got a hamster up his ass crack, and they're more worried about that than they are worried about profitability and making money, man.
Hey, the jobs report was what, 50,000, something like that?
53,000.
Yeah. Well, guess what? You remember who hired about 40,000 people last month?
Oh yeah, McDonald's.
Right.
I remember that. I remember the National Hiring McDonald's Day, and I said it. I mean, that's a pretty bad thought to realize.
Right. Obama's creating more jobs at McDonald's for people. Wonderful.
Unbelievable. I remember that. They said, we're having a National Hiring Day, and we're going to hire 40,000 people throughout America. And now that we got this economic data, I didn't even think about it, man. You got 53,000 on the private sector. This is the government's numbers. This isn't ADP. ADP actually had it at lower rate. But this is the government's numbers, and, you got 40,000 that coming from Mickey D's. I mean, this is a bad service industry-based America. This is what I keep telling the youth. This is what I keep telling people that are out there listening, man. I mean, if they don't start participating economically, socially, and politically, they're going to be left in the breadline.
Yeah, and they better. I don't think we're educated enough technology-wise. I think that's what's going to end up killing us, because we're going to have to import everybody to do these jobs. But you see that nobody realizes, but I mean, we're seeing some major changes in technology. I mean, you're seeing Borders going bankrupt. You're seeing Barnes & Noble begging for somebody to buy them. And what nobody is really commented on is that, you know what, Amazon won. 15 years ago, everybody kind of laughed at them, and they're actually selling more e-books. People are buying more e-books now than they are buying physical books from Amazon. And so what you have is a total transformation of the book industry, which requires a ton less people to put out the same amount of books.
Yeah, you're damn right. I mean, I read that report that came out earlier this month, well, actually last month in May, about how the e-books are surpassing regular, binded books, physical books, for Christ's sake. And once again, I mean, that is a lot of jobs being cut: printers, typesetters, binders, publishers. Now that people can self-publish themselves, I mean, the same thing goes for a lot of industries in that nature, man. I mean, the newspaper industry has fallen in that regard. You got a lot of out-of-work journalists, a lot of people that were in the white-collar sector that are now in the PO end of America. So, yeah, there's a lot of jobs that need to be somehow recouped. But if you take a look at the businesses at all your shopping centers, or you drive down a kind of a main street, you take a look at what's up, open for business, I mean, it's nothing really innovative or, original that we can see. There's not enough investment in new ideas and new concepts other than on the web. And the ones on the web, I think, are overinflated. I mean, Facebook at $60 billion of valuation. This LinkedIn, which I told people that was eventually going to crash to the floor. It isn't crashing now, but it's nowhere near the 107 that it was at the first day.
Hey, you could go anywhere in this country, and if somebody blindfolded you just dropped you in 10 different parts of this country, and you were standing at the nearest strip mall, you wouldn't know what part of the country you're in, because every single one of them looks exactly like the other.
Absolutely, man. I mean, it's mediocrity. It's stagnant population of America. I mean, the only people that are actually being innovative, and I hate to say this, but the damn immigrants. They're the only ones with original kinds of concepts. Now, some of them are rather makeshift, but hey, they're trying to pull their money together. They're trying to get something running. I mean, you got restaurants, you've got their own grocery stores. Ethnic grocery stores are a big business. As a matter of fact, it's a huge market right now. Chinese grocery stores, Indian grocery stores, Hispanic-based grocery stores. I mean, it's unbelievable, type of segmented demographic-based marketing, but this is what's going to. I don't know what's going to be the future of business at this point. That's why I liquidated my brick mortars, because I think that a bigger investment would be something in the effect of online virtual based, as opposed to brick mortar based.
The problem is everything is becoming cheaper and freer when it comes to a ton of stuff. Not everything, obviously, not commodities, not the necessities of life, but the optional stuff of life is becoming excessively. I mean, your radio stations are going to be out of business. I was watching a special last night about this company Mog, and then there's Pandora, and there's all these new things coming out in cars based off the cloud, and you're not just satellite TV, but there's going to be all this other stuff just bouncing off the cell towers and stuff. You're not even going to listen to regular radio stations. They're all going to be closed up, just like the books.
Absolutely. And let me tell you, radio sucks now. Have you ever turned on the radio, for Christ's sake? I mean, I have actually, and I don't really go on the car any longer. I mean, I'm out here in Austin. I used to live on the outskirts, so I'd have to drive everywhere. Now that I'm in the heart of the city, I just kind of walk. But whenever I'm in the goddamn car, I can hear at least two stations playing the same song at the goddamn same time. And, they're not going to win brownie points with the consumer, having music programmers do garbage like that. Moreover, I think a lot of the domination of the talk radio also is starting to loosen its grip. And this is where, I'm particularly happy about, because I'm sick and tired of these mouthpieces that they shove down our throats, and we're supposed to just listen to them because there's nowhere else to listen. I think that this is a good thing. I think that, it could inspire creativity and personality. It could inspire creativity in music, although it doesn't seem like it has. I mean, Rebecca Black. I mean, I don't know. I mean, but it could, and I just think that we just need to go forward with it. But unfortunately, our children are dumbed down. They don't understand the complexities of things that are going around, and I think that we are going to be, a third world technocratic nation if we don't get our heads out of our ass.
Yeah. I mean, you think about some of the most popular book authors and some of the most popular song performers, they're free right now. I mean, it's becoming cool to listen to people who put stuff out for free or people that publish stuff for free.
Yeah, no kidding. And not only that, it kind of puts the new recording industry in other people's hands, like YouTube, on how many hits you can get so that you can, accumulate the capital for advertisement. It's the other mechanism, something similar to what's happening here on BTR. I mean, it's these types of people that are going to be the new consolidation of what used to be the recording industry. But I think it's a good thing. I think that, it's about time that we loosen the stronghold of creativity from the entertainment industry and put it in the hands of individuals that can possibly, if inspired enough and really motivated enough and not put in this perception that they have to be the exact same thing that they saw on television and try to inspire themselves to get some new creativity. Maybe we'll see some better music, some better movies, some better independent movies, better sitcoms, better talk shows, so on and so forth. But I don't know. Only time will tell, right?
Right. Hey, you got to check. I've got to run now, but you got to check out the. Have you seen the Sarah Palin? Paul Revere video yet?
No, I haven't seen it. I don't really keep up with what the hell that bimbo's doing. I really don't like her very much. But what happened? What'd you do?
She was in Boston somewhere, and she starts talking about Paul Revere, and she's got all the facts wrong, and she's just a deer in the headlights. It's hilarious.
Oh my God! She got Paul Revere wrong. I mean, what's to get wrong with Paul Revere?
He was ringing bells and warning the British.
Oh my God! Yeah, Jesus Christ! But this is why I hate the broad, man. But I get a whole bunch of flack because I'm a sexist, I'm a misogynist, I'm a snake, I'm a lizard because I say this about Sarah Palin. And this is just the way it is. She's a dumb bimbo that winked her way up. She got a bunch of hard legs to say, and she got her way up to the top, and there she is. And now that she has to be held accountable, she can't do it.
Right. No, she's done.
Unbelievable, man. Anyway, man, thanks a lot for calling, man. I appreciate it. No problem. Once again, man, that's 727. He's usually an avid listener, an avid caller, a member of the True Capitalist Radio, or excuse me, the True Capitalist Army, capitalistarmy.com. Let's take some more callers. We're actually talking a little bit about the markets. We actually spent a lot of time there. I think that me and that other caller, we covered a lot of things there. So if you have any more questions about the market, just go ahead and let me know. But I want to talk a little bit about John Scumbag Edwards. And for all you folks that don't remember John Scumbag Edwards, this was the guy that ran for president during the time that George W. Bush and John Kerry were at their little battle in 2004 there, and in the Democratic primary, you had John Edwards actually running for president. He was second in line to John Kerry, so they decided to put themselves together and, be President Kerry and potential Vice President John Edwards. Then, in 2008, he attempted to run in the Democratic primary again. And this scumbag got called out for the stupid, pathetic liberal that he is, I mean, this liberal scumbag, and for you people that are unaware of what this guy has done, he's been indicted. Let's just put it this way. He's been indicted by a federal grand jury because this guy had an affair. I mean, of course, I think everybody knows about the affair. He cheated on his dying wife. His wife was dying of inoperable cancer. This guy went out and not only banged some stupid horse-faced leather bag, but also had a kid. He had a kid with this broad. I mean, what's up with these idiots having kids with these bitches that they're squeezing, for Christ's sake, for a decent hump? I mean, look, you don't need to commit to this crap, all right? I mean, what are you idiots doing? Anyway, John Edwards had this kid. This bitch threw it in his face. So, allegedly, what happened is that John Edwards maneuvered campaign contributions. This is a guy who made, $400 million on taking, trials. He was a trial lawyer, so he took the big tobacco to trial and all these other people and got $400 million in settlements and class action lawsuits. And this is a guy who uses campaign contribution accounts or campaign contribution funds to pay this skankosaurus that he was banging to keep her quiet so that she won't sing about his love child, all right? And how did he pay her? Well, according to reports, this guy actually was pretty slick about it. He was trying to cover his trails. This guy actually tried to hire this bitch as a supposed photographer and a videographer. Yeah, she was the broad that was supposed to be there with the camera in his face and be close to him and so on and so forth. Anyway, ends up happening is that she comes public. The whole thing becomes public. She comes out. She tries to be a star about it. She was on Oprah. She was, she posed with a Hello Kitty toy in her hand or something. Just a complete disgusting. Ryle Hunter is this bitch's name. Ryle Hunter. And anyway, and let me tell you, I read the National Enquirer, you know what I'm saying? I mean, they check and recheck, all right? Not to mention that they are the ones that broke this story. But they're alleging that there's a sex tape out of Ryle Hunter and John Edwards. So be expecting that in your porn stash on the internet at any moment. Moreover, Ryle Hunter, according to the National Enquirer, is going to testify against this scumbag. I mean, are you kidding me? After all this, after he gave you the high hard one, he ejaculated in your uterus pipe, he gave you a kid, he gave you a goddamn job on as a videographer on his campaign. He maneuvered political campaign contribution accounts, for Christ's sake. He gave you a porn video that could have jeopardized his political career, and then this bitch has the audacity to sit here and say, yeah, I'm going to testify against him. That's according to National Enquirer, of course. But let me tell you, they were the ones that broke this story. They were the ones that investigated and broke this story. They deserve all the credit. I want to hear from you. What do you think about John Edwards, this disgusting, despicable, liberal, hypocritical scumbag who decided, he's going to set precedent for liberal scumbags and cheat on dying wives. I want to hear from you. Let's just take some calls here. Who we got? We got Mr. Bob. What's up, Mr. Bob? Stupid idiot. Bob Higgins, what's up? What do you think about John Edwards?
Hey man, I want to discuss, but first I would like to talk about these idiots in the chat, man, these trolls.
Alright, go ahead.
Well, don't let these trolls get you down, man, because I really love that you're hosting the communist radio show, and I want to become a...
Yeah, shut up, you stupid moron. Alright, you sound like one of those socialists that are out there in the middle of the streets, whether it's in Greece, Spain, Ireland. We deserve the money. The government deserves to pay us. We deserve to retire at 40 years old. We deserve to, get unlimited pension from the government until we croak. Stupid, dumb socialist pieces of garbage. Anyway, as a matter of fact, I think I knew who that was. Let me kick that stupid son of a bitch out of the chat room. I'm sick and tired of that stupid Arab calling up. And he's not even a real Arab. He's a goddamn Arab immigrant, taking advantage of the goddamn rights and liberties of another country, and sitting over here saying, "I want to be communist." Shut up. All right, who else we got going on over here? 310. What's your? Hold on. Before we even get to you, you're usually pretty lame. Usually go I want to trade a Pokemon, or you're just completely and utterly pathetic. So I'm hoping that at some point you can conjure up a couple of brain cells out of your ramen noodle nutritioned head, and maybe you can come up with something with a little bit of insight. So 310. I'm going to ask you a question. Do you like John Edwards or no?
Yeah, he's a pretty cool guy. Acts like with people with cancer, doesn't care about anything.
Yeah, I know. You sound like that kind of guy. You sound like that one of those fat jelly bastards that would probably, whack off to tribal nudity, huh? You're one of those assholes that watch Nat Geo and look for indigenous nudity and wax your carrot to, for Christ's sake. I can just tell in your voice, for Christ's sake. You got one of those pedo bear voices, for Christ's sake. Talk again.
I like Howard Stern.
Yeah, you had to think there a little bit, huh? You had to think there, Howard Stern. Get this fruity-ass sounding Woody Allen, butt-loving, Roman Polanski pedophile asshole out of... Get him off! Black conservative, what's up?
Baby, my kids, baby. My kids. I got $4. I give you this $4, you give me this. My kids, baby. This is for my...
You silly bastards. Here we go with the damn soundboards again. Unoriginal, unpersonable pricks. No personality, can't conjure up a complete sentence. All they can do is take a soundboard that somebody else made, which was nothing more than taking clips and uploading them into some stupid little software, which is one of the most unoriginal concepts I've ever heard. And this is what you get out here. This is what you get. And look at these morons. Epic win. Oh, epic win. Epic win, really? That was epic win? Jesus Christ. Here, get him out of here, too, for saying epic win, for Christ's sake, for something so lame. That was lame, it was ridiculous, and it was pathetic. I mean, come up with some personality or something. I mean, I would even appreciate, like, a lame prank call, like, "Hey, Ghost, is your refrigerator running?" No. Oh, okay. One of those things, Stupid morons. Anyway, hold on. Let me kick out another couple of milky licking pieces of garbage here. All right, here we go. Hold on. Let me continue kicking some people out here. All right. I'm sorry, folks. These assholes here. I'm not taking this crap anymore. We're just gonna kick them out. That's what we're gonna do. Kick them all out. Kick them out. Kick them all out right now. Kick them out. Kick them all out right now. Kick everybody out that's sitting there talking garbage. Kick them out. Stupid morons. Anyway, let's take some more calls here. 408, what's going on?
Baller Friday, Ghost, what's poppin'?
Hey, it's Goofy Bone up in here, man. Just give her a bone. Hey, man, why don't you spend some time with me here, man? I mean, you get a lot of haterism out here. These people love you. So why don't you spend some time here? Let's talk a little bit. What do you think about John Edwards, man? I mean, John Edwards, ultimate scumbag, typical liberalism, though, right?
Oh yeah. When you got a smile like John Edwards, you got a first class plane ticket to hell. I mean, look at this guy. He has no idea of what a real human being and morals have to have cheating on his dying wife, Ghost. Are you serious?
Look, even if he had the urge and, you know, he saw some camel toe somewhere and he was like, oh, Jesus Christ, I got to pull the balls out of my pants. I mean, the least he could have done is rubbed it out in the bathroom every night and waited for his wife to die because, look, she had inoperable cancer. She was going to die. All right? She was going to die. This idiot couldn't wait. You see, right now, this guy could be partying right now. He could be at his favorite strip club. This guy's got $400 million in the bank. He could have like 8 of the best strippers in the club bouncing on his Johnson right now. Instead, he's being indicted for felonious, embezzlement. And I don't know what the hell the charges are, but they're definitely felonies. I mean, what the hell is going on with these liberals and their mindset? I mean, to me, I believe that these liberals think that they can get away with murder because of the goddamn power. They're bureaucrats. They think once they're elected, they can wave their finger in their faces. They can become mini Stalins or mini Mao Zedongs or something. I mean, it's stupid. They think they get away with anything. And that's both on the left and right at this point in time, but mostly on the left. But go ahead.
It's terrible. These people think they're monarchs. They think they're royalty, that they can just go out and just do whatever the hell they want. But, you know, what goes around comes around. And, of course, I'm pretty sure John Edwards' wife up in heaven had a little something to do with that, with her powers and stuff like that. But I'm not getting all paranormal and all that on that, Ghost. But, yeah, he deserved what he got. Thank goodness that justice will be served. And I hope this asshole gets to sit in jail for the rest of his life. I mean, come on.
I hope he gets to sit in jail, too, for Christ's sake. Are you kidding me? I mean, I'm looking at this trial. You know what I really hope he does is I hope he offs himself. You know, I hope that he has some dignity. And instead of putting his kids and instead of putting the whole country through this nonsense, when he had everybody bamboozled, right? When he had everybody bamboozled with the idea of, I just want to take out poverty. I mean, that's my life's goal is to take out poverty. I want to take out poverty. All that stupid, dumb, regurgitated, teleprompted, pre-written, ungenuine crap that he gave. I mean, I just think that he needs to, take some dignity and, figure out a very, how can I put it, a very dramatic way of taking your own life. You know what I'm saying? I mean, one that can be very public. It could be televised, and then we can give him some redemption. I'd give him some redemption if he killed himself.
I would too, and I don't want him to kill himself to say, this will be better for me because I'll be with my wife. No, I want you to kill yourself so you could say that you're a loser, you're an idiotic person, and you shouldn't have lived ever since you came out of your mom's snatch. You know what I mean?
He's a hypocrite, man. He's betrayed everybody. He's betrayed America. He's betrayed his family, betrayed his wife. I mean, the mistress has betrayed him. I mean, he's got nobody. He's a piece of crap. All his selfishness and his egotisticalism has gone and bit him in his ass. And instead of going out in the public and trying to save face with that stupid, dumb, ridiculous $400 hairdo that he's got, and that ridiculous, stupid, I'm only a 35-year-old man when I'm really 57-year-old look, for Christ's sake. I mean, get in a goddamn house, find a noose, and hang from it. Jesus Christ.
I mean, come on. North Carolina should have burned his ass a long time ago. I don't know what the hell he was over there for. You know what I mean, Ghost? It's like...
I mean, look, I'm not trying to advocate violence here, but, a first-class scumbag. A first-class scumbag, for Christ's sake. No crap. He's from North Carolina, right? Where is North Carolina? North Carolina, come on and raise up. I mean, where the hell are they at, man? Start raising up, man.
You got to say it the right way, Ghost. I banged some broad. She was visiting her grandma out here, and they call it North Kakalaki. That's how you got to say it, Ghost. North Kakalaki.
North Kakalaki.
Yeah, that's how they call North Carolina.
Jesus
North Kakalaki.
Hold on, let's take a call here. Hold on, 519. You're on the air here. What's going on?
Yo, man, I'm all about making those girls pregnant and calling Ghost. Long-time listener, first-time caller. What up, Ghost?
What's up?
Man, I just want to make some girls pregnant with abortion.
Oh, really, man? Hey, you know what? I think it's time to play a game that we all love here. Isn't that right, Goofy? I think it's time to get. It's called Guess the Minority. That's right. It's time to guess the minority, folks. I mean, I'm guesstimating there's some kind of ethnicity, but I don't know what it is. I really don't know what it is. Let's hear from him right now. Put your guesses on the screen. Put your guesses on the screen. Anyway, we're supposed to be talking about John Edwards. This ass clown comes in, disrupts the party. 519. Go ahead and keep talking.
I like to fuck those bitches, you know what I'm saying? With my dick and the abortion. I'd be like, get an abortion, bitch. You ain't pregnant.
Wait a minute. You said you're dicking an abortion?
Yeah, because then the aborted baby can get your head while you're in that vagina. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, man. Let's talk about a water.
I don't know. I'm sensing a little bit of an Asian twang. I'm sensing a little bit of an Asian twang right there.
Asian.
I'm guessing he's a Bosnian. He sounds like one of those idiots.
Oh, yeah. We be rocking the hood, man. We be like, hey, black people, give me some high fives. And they like, high five, and five.
Man, no, let me tell you, I think that's a little Asian. I smell a bowl of rice there somewhere. Keep talking, 519. Keep talking.
MTV riffraff. You ain't got no beef. Take the rice out.
Hey, say hello. Say hello.
Hello.
Yeah, you see, I knew it. It's not hero. It's hello. All right, so that's our first. Little hint there. All right. It's not hero, it's hello. All right, 519, what's your favorite food?
Don't be mean to me, man. I be a long-time listener, first-time caller. You know what I'm saying, Goose?
No, hey, that's fine. That's no problem. I'm just saying, we're trying to guess your ethnicity, that's all. You know what I'm saying? What's your favorite food?
I'm what as your mother?
No, what's your favorite food? We're asking you, what's your favorite food? We know you're kind of Asian in there, but what's your favorite food?
Rice. Yo, I be fucking some Asian bitch right now, man. She pregnant. She got some.
Yeah, man. I mean, you've already used the pregnant line like 2 or 3 times. The abortion line. I mean, come on with something better, man. I mean, come on. You see, I know this is Asian now. I know it's starting to be more and more Asian because Asian guys aren't very. They don't know how to communicate very well. I mean, you can ask an Asian woman. I mean, as a matter of fact, I think I saw a YouTube video about Asian women making fun of Asian men and how they approach them.
Oh, yeah. I've bought a lot of Asian women, Ghost, and they always tell me the reason why the Asian women don't hang around with Asian guys is because they're either small or they have no personalities. Ghost, what's up with your you got some commercials playing on the side. I've seen this baby commercial like almost 20 times. You got 2 babies talking to each other. Like,
baby commercial? What are you talking about?
Yeah, on the side right here, where it has the
on the side of the player? On the side of the player there?
Yeah, watch. Let me play this so you don't think I'm here lying to you, Ghost. Hold on real quick.
Playing babies here? What am I? The hell is that?
You hear that shit, Ghost?
The thing about, Blog Talk Radio actually serves the ads, all right?
Oh, okay.
And I'm thinking that maybe you have made, I'm just asking, Goofy, did you do any kind of Google searches on, like, birth control or, Planned Parenthood or anything of that nature?
None that I know of, Ghost. I know my clinic, I know my doctor, and I know what I get, you know. So it's like, no, I didn't do any of that. But I mean, maybe
I'm just saying because like they usually post ads that are in the tracking area of your cookies and certain websites that you do searching for. So, like, if you do searching for a specific something or other, you're going to conveniently have ads that pop up for that. That's just...
Oh, you know what? I was looking up single mothers the other day, so maybe, yeah, they threw the babies at me first, tell me to play with the babies, and then, you know, then I'll get to the mother. You know what I mean? Maybe that. I don't know.
Yeah, no kidding. I'm sure that they thought that, oh, look, a single mother. Let's just go ahead and throw some ads this way towards the single mother. Look, see, little baby. Oh, it's a baby. Anyway, we're supposed to be, speaking of babies, we're supposed to be talking about John Edwards' love child, the rail hunter here.
Oh, God.
I wanted to get another opinion here. Hold on, do we still have this Asian on the line? You're still there?
Yeah. John Edwards came to me last week, and he was like, man, you want to fuck this baby? I was like, I ain't fucking no baby, John Edwards.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Definitely an Asian, for Christ. If you're going to be an Asian, don't try to act black, all right? If you're Asian, don't try to act black. Why don't you just act Asian? You know, I mean, you'd get a lot more lulz doing that, you know? You'd get a lot more lulz going, oh, how you doing? I am, you know, you would get a lot more lulz doing something like that instead of acting like black, if you will.
Yeah,
let's get him off.
We're being Blackanese. Get out of here.
No kidding, man. Anyway, let's take some other callers here. Who else we got? We got 441. What's up? You there? Hello? Hey, what's up?
Hello.
Hey, you're taking too long. Get him off, for Christ's sake. Anyway, we've got Jack Hoff. What's going on, Jack Hoff?
Hey, man, me again, your favorite Mexican. Why did you hang me up?
Hey, this guy's not Mexican, right? I mean, please tell me, you know, this guy is not a Mexican, right? I mean, this guy he's an Arab European immigrant. He's an Arab living in a European country that's probably, you know, going Allah Akbar in the streets, and he uses this time as my show as, you know, a time to come in from the heat. And, you know, he can go back out later and do another Allah Akbar, you know, death to London, death to Big Ben and Parliament or whatever. And here you got these English, you know, protecting his right, for Christ's sake, man. I know he's not a Mexican. Get him off. Get him off.
I know, man. He don't have no
I know Mexicans, man. I'm out here in Texas, man. I know Mexicans, man. You know, I have a whole bunch of friends that happen to be Mexican, man. I mean, a whole bunch of them. I even employ them.
Yeah, you know, a hard worker at cheap labor is always a good Mexican.
No, man. I mean, I'm not talking about cheap labor, man. I'm talking about hard working. They're hard workers out here, man. I mean, they're big time. I mean, no kidding. I mean, I did have an incident. As a matter of fact, I even talked about it in 2008, February 2008. If you could find that show, when I had a problem with an employee who happened to have been Mexican. I'm not kidding. Who, you know. We found some marijuana in his cubby hole, and
no way.
You know, and you see, at the time I was a conservative, so I couldn't, you know, accept this. I actually broadcast at that time and asked the people that were listening in whether or not we should fire him or just tell him, hey, we, you know, don't do this and around the place. But we ended up firing him. But it doesn't matter though, man, because you know, this is what business is. I mean, you can't mix business with pleasure. You know, I mean, I don't care if you're smoking whatever the hell you're smoking, as long as you're not doing it in the place of business and it affects the way you implement yourself in the business. And when you've got it on you, when you're in my establishment, I just think that's just grounds for termination. You know what I mean?
Exactly. You know, respect your boundaries. Always.
Yeah. Yeah, hey, man, we're already 4 minutes into the second hour of the True Capitalist radio broadcast, and, of course, I'm your host, the man they call Ghost. I got Goofy Bones sitting in with me for a little bit because I know I got these trolls in here. They hate the living bejesus out of them, and, you know, I'm just kind of trying to troll them because they're always trolling me, and they're just saying unoriginal crap. I mean, what's up with the unoriginal crap, Goofy? I mean, man, what the hell's up with these schmucks?
You know what, Ghost? This is a perfect example of kids on the internet that have not got laid yet. For real. If you got laid, you would have better things to do, like, finger, or maybe, lick, or maybe just put your stuff in some stuffing. You know what I mean? I don't want to get all vulgar because these kids will have nightmares of the things that I say, but it's like, this is what happens when you don't get laid on the internet, Ghost. They come over here, they try to get you mad, and then when they don't succeed, they try again the next day. They're like cockroaches.
Well, why don't they come up with something original, man? I mean, they come up with just a sentence fragment, and they think that's funny, for Christ's sake. You know what I mean? I mean, they say, hey, barrel roll, or, hey, just something ridiculously stupid, and it's lame. And what's sad is that you got fat, freckle-faced, red-headed, beaten, four-eyed stepchildren out here actually flapping their fat Dorito-stained, pretzel-ridden fingers on the keyboard saying, oh, LOL, LOL. Jesus Christ.
Exactly, right. That's the future, Ghost. Cheers to the
future.
Man,
we're getting off topic here. We're getting off topic. We're supposed to be talking about John Edwards. He's indicted. This asshole, I think he deserves to be thrown in prison, like you said, for the rest of his life.
Yeah, for the rest of his life.
If he could just do something and do something for everybody in the country, John Edwards, have some integrity, kill yourself. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, let's take some more callers here. Let's see. We got somebody from Austin, Texas. Hey, 512, what's up, man?
Is this me? Am I on?
Yeah, it's you. What's up?
How's it going, Ghost man?
How's it going, bro? Not bad. Just living down here in Austin, Texas, chilling like a villain, man.
Oh, I'm actually out here just hanging out with my friend. I'm actually from Colorado, big pot smoky, I actually was so high this morning that I was sleeping on my bed, and I actually almost missed. Actually, I did miss the beginning of your show because of that, Yeah,
well, it happens. Well, where'd you get some high-grade stuff in Austin or something?
No, I got it from my hometown, Austin. Colorado has much better. But anyways, I'd like to talk about this guy, the Attorney General, who is wanting to let crackheads out of jail the other day.
Yeah, well, we actually talked about it, the other day, and I made the comment that I think it's rather convenient that the Attorney General, Eric Holder, can supersede states' rights and federally prosecute those that are participating in medicinal marijuana consumption within the legal confines of their state. And he can supersede that and nab people for smoking pot, and yet this guy wants to make a national release of Crackhead Day and release crackheads because, they had a bad deal. I mean, we talked about that for a little bit, but yeah, I'm in complete disagreement.
I actually was listening. I was listening to that show too, and I was going to call in, but I was so high, and I ended up actually falling asleep again, so I didn't get to. But man, I was so pissed that I had some, I don't probably have as much of shit in my room as you, man, but I threw my incense around and I had some cans laying around and I just fucking hit them really hard. But I was pissed, man. That's disgraceful that you can take away other people's rights. And then, I support crackheads too. If you want to smoke crack, you're a grown man. You know what you're smoking. It's not like somebody's forcing you to do it, so you have the right to do it. Don't call it a free country if it's not free, in my opinion. But you know what I'm saying?
No, I hear you, but we have to be responsible in our, open drug policy if we do implement one. I've always been under the notion that I believe that if government should be involved in anything, I think it should be involved in this. I think that government should be dispensing drugs to these drug addicts, these people that like crack and heroin and coke and crank and, all the other drugs out there that are fairly attractive to these idiots. We put these dispensaries, government dispensaries in metropolises all over the United States of America. We allow these people that want to consume in these types of narcotics, we allow them to go to these dispensaries. They go out and they go pay for it, and they're going to pay a hell of a lot lower of a price than they would in the streets because what's making drugs cost so much money is the over-regulation of them. The harder you regulate, the more war on drugs that you implement, the higher the cost is going to be in the black market. And then if you allow people to cultivate it, you cultivate it in a safe way, a proper way. You have the government dispense this in mainstream metropolises throughout America. Well, the government can start keeping track of these narcotics and these addicts. We get their names. We get how many times a week they come in for a crack rock or a goddamn hit of smack. Whatever their drug of choice. Moreover, the government can generate money by allowing business owners and corporations to do searches within that database, and you can charge them, I don't know, $14.95 or $20 a search or something of that nature. So whenever they have an employee, they can just do a simple search instead of infringing upon the personal rights of human beings and getting their goddamn DNA extracted from them just to get a fucking job. They can go into this database, and if they find their name in that database, the employer can make the personal decision on whether or not they're going to hire that person or they're not going to hire that person. And I don't understand why no government official, no bureaucrat. Nobody's thought of this. It's very simple. I don't understand why they haven't thought of this, man.
Man, it pisses me off so much. Hold on, I got to get a drink. Hold on. I don't have anything good to drink. I just have some water, but it's just ridiculous, man. And it
is ridiculous. What do you think about it, What do you think about Goofy, man? I mean, what the hell's going on here? What do you think about it?
I think the kid needs to get some Jack Daniels or something, mellow to just cool him out. But yeah, I think it's all ridiculous, Ghost. I mean, you said it yourself better than what I could say, Ghost.
And something else is I don't think that marijuana should be in the same category as these other narcotics. I think that marijuana, if anything, if the government is going to regulate it at all, it should be able to allow cultivators to cultivate it and to be able to regulate it much like they do cigarettes, man. I mean, taxation. Taxation, man.
I can tell you from out here in San Jose that they're doing good on taxing the marijuana clubs and all that, and the patients, and every sale that they make, they're taxing them hard, Ghost, and they're making their profits. They're making very good profits, and they're starting to see that this is a really good business. But then you got idiots that say, oh, my back hurts, or oh, I sprained my arm and I can't sleep at night, or some stupid idiotic excuse. Then they go get this the card, and then they're out smoking with their friends, doing the wrong things. They're supposed to be helping people like me who come home.
Oh, hold on. I got somebody. Hold on. I got somebody in the chat room saying that taxation equals liberal views. Look, I am sick of my tax dollars being taken. All right. I got to pay personal income taxes. I got to pay property taxes. I got to pay corporate taxes. I got to pay taxes for every single goddamn thing I do in my life. All right.
Amen.
I don't see why we cannot raise revenue, taxing marijuana, taxing the drug dispensaries and so on and so forth, so that we can curb the amount of taxation that's happening on the personal entrepreneur, the business owner, the capitalist. All right, that's what I'm advocating. All right, I mean, screw taxation on the capitalist, man. Let's stop this raping of prosperity. I mean, that's what these governments are doing to capitalists that are successful. I mean, the more successful you are, the more you're punished by the government. Haven't you noticed this? The more money you make, the more successful you are, the more you're punished. It's like, oh, it's not fair. It's not fair. We're going to take 45% of what you got here, and we're going to throw it out here, and we're going to dispense of it how we please. It's ridiculous. It's stupid. It's pathetic.
And Ghost, the stock market is right there as a perfect example of what they did to us. If you're making a certain percentage in the stock market, you'll see Uncle Sam at your door, within a second, because that's what they're doing nowadays, and it's terrible, man. It's like, can't we make our money and live our life without the government all up in our pockets? well, I didn't sign up for this. You know, I thought this is we the people, not the government in your pocket people. You know
well,
what I mean?
That's what I'm saying, Goofy, man. We cannot allow the mainstream masses to participate in the political process anymore. And that just doesn't go for America. That goes for every nation state throughout the international community. We cannot have the masses partake in the political process. I mean, this application of the masses partake in the political process, America, proves that you cannot rely on the general masses to make the political decisions. And in my personal opinion, I think that we need to advocate, capitalists like you, me, and everybody else out there throughout the international community, we need to advocate that the exclusive group, the exclusive party, the exclusive individuals that should be participating in the political process should be the capitalists, should be the taxpayers, should be the people that are actually participating in generating tax revenue for these governments that should have the exclusive say-so in what happens in government. And that's why I'm advocating, and I'm going to continue to advocate until the day I die, the capitalists need to be the exclusive party that participates in the political process. If we allow the masses to do so, this is what you have right here in America. And look, these people are bitching no matter what. We allowed the masses to take control of the goddamn government. Now they're bitching. All right? They're complaining now, oh, man, I can't eat. I can't do nothing, baby. We've given them food cards, food stamps. We've given them government cheese, housing voucher programs. We've given them unlimited unemployment, the whole 9 yards. And this right here, modern-day America, is what we have cultivated. It's a disgrace. What's happened here to America is an utter disgrace, but it proves that if you leave the governing institutionalism in the hands of the general masses, the masses aren't going to be able to comprehend the complexity that is government, the complexity that is economics, the complexity that is the human equation. And in my personal opinion, we need capitalists to take power, and we need capitalists to take power now.
Ghost, if capitalists were in the office, this nation would be so rich, and we wouldn't be looking at other nations helping them out. Why? Because we got so much problems on our own turf that we need to take care of, but we can't because we're over here in someone else's backyard trying to help them build a playhouse. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, you know, I mean, I'm not against going out. As a country that is rich and prosperous, I'm not against going out and helping other countries facilitate into modernity and freedom. I mean, I posted a damn tweet about the Nigerian Airlines. As a matter of fact, let me go ahead and look for that. I want everybody to take a look at this little tweet that I tweeted last night. Here it is, right here. And I'm going to post it right here in the chat room so everybody can take a look at it. This is Kenyan Airlines, and let me tell you, this is happening here in 2011, 2010. I mean, this is supposed to be the modern age, and yet we have people still living like this, still, you know, trying to... Anyway, if you haven't seen the clip, it's of some Kenyan innovator, quote-unquote, that has, I guess, got himself to the equivalent of the Wright brothers' technology, and he was attempting to fly his first plane. And when you take a look at something like this and you think to yourself that this kind of garbage is happening in today's modern world, there's no excuse for that. There's no excuse for that whatsoever, and that's why I'm not against America if it has the resources, the opportunity, and the means to go out and implement modernity throughout the international community. We can no longer allow the old primitive institutional methods, you know, theocracy, nationalism, you know, culturalism, borders. I mean, we can't no longer allow these types of primitive concepts to dictate the actions of mankind, because all it will do is stagnate the progress of humanity. We're at a point where we're catapulting ourselves from a primitive human society into a class 1 civilization. And in my personal opinion, whatever America and all the other powers that are in the international community can do to help facilitate us into that new direction, that new world, that new idea of a first-class civilization, to where we can not only be able to dominate the nature of this world, but be able to go out into space and to be able to see what is really out there within the unknown worlds and the unknown boundaries that has kept us, on this planet caravan for so many thousands of years. But that's just my personal opinion.
Yeah, but Ghost, giving $5 billion to a dirt, not even bedrock. I mean, it's a sand.
Oh, you're talking about Afghanistan, right?
Yeah, I mean, come on. I mean, this is where we went wrong right here. I mean, come on.
Well, now, once again, that is policy. That's these dumbasses that are in Washington. And who elects these people? The masses. The masses elect these people. And they don't look, Goofy, they are not in tune with what's happening in Washington. They don't listen. They don't read. They don't watch. They only hear what Jon Stewart has to say, and that idiot isn't even a reporter. He's a stupid moron. This is what people, they have no clue, no concept, nothing. It's pathetic. And I can't believe that these people can sit here and actually call themselves intellectual human beings. Anyway, let me move on to another subject matter, man. I mean, we talked a little bit about John Edwards. Let's talk a little bit about Wienergate. That's right, the freaking Wienergate. Anthony Weiner sending his wiener on Twitter, and I covered this right when this came out on this program, and I was the first one to say, you can actually look back in the archives if you don't believe me, I was the first one that said that this idiot Anthony Weiner, this New York representative, a congressman out of New York, he sent a supposed tweet to a 21-year-old black, or actually she's, I don't know, I guess she's some kind of ethnic persuasion. I guess she's not black, but she looks black. Sent this to a 21-year-old journalist student out of Seattle, Washington. It was a picture of his wiener. It was of some kind of gray boxer shorts with little, it looked like mechanical doll legs. And a little wiener, bulging through the, boxer shorts. And it was sent to this woman, and then a couple of minutes after it was sent, he took it down. Conveniently enough, the woman, the 21-year-old journalist student out of Seattle, she took her Facebook account, closed her Twitter account after this happened, and you had Anthony Weiner throughout the week trying to say that he was, quote-unquote, hacked. You know what I'm saying? Hacked.
It's ridiculous.
And I said that it was a bunch of garbage, and I was the first one saying it. I said that this idiot is a typical bureaucrat. He didn't know how to work with technology. He doesn't know how to work with Twitter, and he accidentally, instead of sending a direct message, this idiot broadcasted it to his entire goddamn listening and to the entire world, for Christ's sake. And now he doesn't know what to do. He hires a lawyer so he can learn how to split hairs with his language. He puts out a statement, and then he tries to come out and talk about it, and it's completely evasive. He comes out and talks about it again and says that he didn't, quote-unquote, send her that picture, but the picture might be him or might not be him. It's pathetic. All right, but now, this is a cake here, all right? I mean, it just gets better and better, Wienergate over here, man. I mean, what a first-class scumbag, old Anthony Weiner. But it just gets better and better. The woman, Jeanette Cordova, and I feel sorry for this woman because, according to her, okay, I mean, she's just completely tired of all the media coverage that is going her way. She did not want Anthony Weiner's wiener sent to her. So she said that this is what she's saying. She said that the wiener posting, the wiener little picture was not meant for her. It was actually meant for a porn star. It was actually meant for a porn star, Ginger Lee. I'm telling you, this is from the person that received the actual wiener pic. She's saying that, she believes. And this is a new report. It's actually on Politico, and let me go ahead and put it in the chat room for all the folks that just want to check it out for themselves. She actually states that the reason that she got the photo of the wiener shot is because the names are similar. Her name is Ginger Lee. the porn star's name is Ginger Lee. The 21-year-old college student from Seattle is named Jeanette Cordova. And I think that he was just kind of clicking on his following and just kind of messed up. I mean, he's a typical bureaucrat, doesn't know how to work technology. And what's unfortunate is that now Jeanette Cordova is not falling in line with the hacker story that I'm sure she was told to say by Wiener's people. Now she's saying that she does not believe that his account was hacked. She does not believe it. This is she says she's getting phone calls in the middle of the night talking about goddamn book deals and movies, and she doesn't want to have nothing to do with it. All right, nothing to do with it. It wants nothing to do with this crap, for Christ's sake. Nothing. She just wants to be left alone. She's tired of the wiener pic being thrown in her face. She's tired of the wiener jokes. You know, she's tired of wiener schnitzels. She's tired of everything, hot dogs and all that crap. And I don't understand why. And moreover, on this Wiener case, you know, this guy, he doesn't want to call the police as it relates to this quote unquote hacking situation. Doesn't want to get the FBI involved, and yet he actually gets the police involved when a reporter, I believe it was a CBS affiliate, went up to him on the street and asked him, how can you do this and, you know, not answer your constituents, something to that effect? And Wiener actually called the cops on the reporter. He called the cops on the reporter instead of actually calling the cops on the supposed hacker. I mean, you're talking about a first-class scumbag, Anthony Wiener. And let me tell you, yesterday we were trying to send a mass tweet to Anthony Wiener, trying to send a mass tweet to him, tell him to resign. He's a lying scumbag scoundrel. And you know what, folks? I mean, we should do that one more time, all right? I tell you what, I'm giving shout-outs right now. Hold on, I haven't put the tweet up yet, but I'm giving shout-outs to everybody right now who retweets the first tweet on my Twitter account. And, of course, it's Ghost Politics. Here, let me go ahead and throw this up on the chat room so that we can get people to retweet the first tweet on my account, because we want Anthony Wiener to resign. You can't just sit here and lie to us like we're a bunch of idiots. You know, you can't just go in front of a press media pool and say, I'm not allowing you guys to dictate the conversation, okay? I'm not going to let you do that. I want to talk about other things. But this is actually rather important, Mr. Wiener. I mean, you can just make all this go away if you just say no. No, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to let this go. I'm not going to let this go in the direction. I'm not going to let you know what I was thinking? I was thinking that we get the gay congressman, what the hell's his name? Barney Frank. All right? And we all know that Barney Frank, folks, if y'all aren't familiar with the Massachusetts congressman, he is an open homosexual, not to mention that he was linked up to some gay homosexual escort service back in his heyday. But, you know, we don't want to go into that. That's old news. We should get Barney Frank to closely investigate the Wiener pic and then have Anthony Wiener with those same underwear, post up right in front of Barney Frank's face. And I think that maybe Barney Frank could get to the bottom of what's going on. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's what I'm thinking. But anyway, I want to thank Goofy for calling, man. Hey, 727's calling back. What's going on, 727? You there?
Yeah, somebody was found dead in one of Barney Frank's apartments with that gay escort ring.
Oh, no kidding. I didn't realize that. I knew he was involved with it. I read about it briefly. It was a long time ago, but they were found dead.
Yeah, there was a death in an apartment that he owned or something that was being used for gay escorts. Liberals,
I mean, it's not funny, but
right.
You know.
The liberals get away with that stuff and they go on. You know what I mean? The conservatives do it and they resign and they get kicked out in shame. That's the difference between the two.
And I cannot believe that this guy Wiener, Anthony Wiener, has the audacity to sit here and continue to go forward as a legitimate politician, as somebody who's supposed to be representing the constituency of New York. I can't believe he can sit here and do this, for Christ's sake, man. I mean, the soulless cash whores these guys are, man. Oh, Jesus Christ.
They'd be running it 24/7 if it was Paul Ryan or anybody else.
Yeah, I know. As a matter of fact, I liked how Jon Stewart just kind of blew it over. You know what I mean? I mean,
right.
He was getting more on Trump's case for eating pizza with a fork than he was worried about the Wienergate situation, which, to me, it wouldn't be that big of a deal if the guy just came out and said, hey, I did it, and I screwed up. The Internet is a horrible temptation. It's happening to everybody. It's an epidemic. Now I got to go, talk to my wife. I've got to, help mend my family. He didn't do that. This idiot just went out and lied. He lied and continued lying, man. And what a scumbag he is for it.
He wants to be mayor. Hey, you know what the most disgusting thing about what John Edwards did?
Oh yeah, go ahead. Yeah, back to John Edwards. Go for it. Yeah.
Yeah. The most disgusting thing that he did was not giving that lady all that money to keep her quiet. But he gave that lady all that money because he loved her.
Oh, man. And then she's just going to turn, according to the National Enquirer, of course, and look, I know the National Enquirer, it is what it is, but they broke this story, so you got to give them some cred. They're saying that she's going to testify against this guy when the court case comes around. She's going to testify. I mean,
why not? Why not? She can't get no more money. The only money she can get now is by writing a book, and testifying just helps her build that up.
Man, that's disgusting, man. I mean, but the soullessness of people, man. I'm telling you, I mean, they're scoundrels nowadays, man. They're scoundrels.
I know. All right, man. Take it easy, Gus.
No problem, man. Thanks for calling in again, man. I appreciate it. Back to this Anthony Weiner situation. Folks, if you go back to his Twitter account, all right? You go back to his Twitter account on Friday, because this all happened on Friday, May 27th, all right? All right, now let's take a look, and let's take a look back at some of Anthony Weiner's tweets for a second, all right? At 6:07, he goes, "What an honor! Thanks, RT retweet at H Winkler for real at Representative Weiner tonight and all the time. You are so articulate. Have a peaceful weekend." Okay, so obviously he just kind of did that real quick to, whoever the hell that is, I don't know, whatever. Then you can tell he gets home at about 9:35 p.m., all right? All right, because you know this because it's on his Twitter. Oh, you want to know the link? Here's the link right here. Sorry, folks, I didn't mean to start reading this off and y'all didn't even know. Here's the link, all right? Here's the link. All right, if you scroll down to Friday, May 27th, you're going to see how this transpired. All right. At 9:35 p.m., May 27th, he puts out a tweet, "My TiVo ate the hockey game." And then he puts the little number symbol and then, puts "Who can I sue?" with a question mark, as if he's upset that the TiVo game, I guess he was trying to get a hockey game on the TiVo. He was going to come home and try to look for it. And it kind of sounds like your classic single guy night, doesn't it? I mean, isn't that what single guys do? They get home after a night at the bar, they watch Sports Center, they jack off, and they go to sleep and, go to work the next day or something. I mean, doesn't this guy got a wife? I mean, doesn't this guy got a wife that he should be, banging or, should be, doing something with, going out to eat with or something? What the hell is this guy doing on a Friday night? It's a Friday night! Friday night, for Christ's sake. Anyway, look, let's continue going, all right? At 10:36, all right, it says, "Killing me, retweet KKNAP1, and then at Rep Weiner. That is a tragedy." So I guess they were talking about the hockey game and so on and so forth. He puts another tweet at that same Twitter address, and this is at 10:38 p.m. It says, "Just kill me now," okay? Now, here's where you can read what happens, all right? This guy, this is where idle hands are the devil's playground, all right? I mean, this wife of his is obviously not putting out. She's obviously not giving him the skins. He's obviously waxing his circumcised carrot, or his circumcised kosher pickle, rather. Let's be politically correct here. And this guy's just up late at night. What the hell are you doing up so late at night there, Weiner? Anyway, 11:40 he puts out, or excuse me, 11:30 he puts out, TiVo eats the hockey game. The verses taunts me with endless post game. All right. Obviously, he's watching the Versus Network, and he doesn't like the post-game of the hockey game. All right. He stays on there 10 minutes later at 11:40 and tweets, "Followers of my lame hockey tweets recall I picked TB and Nashville," which is Tampa Bay, I'm assuming. I don't watch hockey. All right. 11:54. All right. This wasn't that big of a jump. All right. This idiot was. All right. This is the time when he supposedly got hacked, from 11:40 to 11:54, because in between that time frame, he sent the wiener picture. All right. He sent the wiener picture, and this is where he took it down. In between this time, and the tweet that follows. All right, if you read it, it says TiVo shot FB, which is an acronym for Facebook hacked. Is my blender going to attack me next? I mean, this guy's obvious. He's obviously lying, for Christ's sake. Goddamn stupid Anthony Weiner. Anyway, look, let's just go ahead and go back to the tweets. I'm going to take some calls here. I'm going to give some shout-outs to the people that are retweeting the first tweet on my page. Let me see. We got Wardhog177. Thanks a lot, man. Some idiot named Ghost Wiener, you stupid asshole. We got some guy named Alcohol. Hey, Alcoholic, what's going on? We got Derping the Nation, Gary Shandling, Jim9349. We got, I'm not saying that name, you stupid bastard. We got Lucky Sinner BWC. We got some idiot named Goat. We got Goofy Bone. Just give her bone. And, like I said, we need more retweets of the first tweet on my account so that we can make sure that this goddamn Anthony Scumbag Wiener resigns. All right? We got to make sure that everybody knows that we want his ass to resign. He's a lying scumbag. And how he can sit there with a straight face and continue to try to think that he's some kind of a goddamn public servant is ridiculous. It's stupid. Here's my Twitter account, folks. Follow me while you're at it. Follow me, Ghost Politics. There it is right there. Retweet the first tweet right there, and I'll give you some shout-outs. Anyway, let's take some calls here. Who do we got? We got Asteroids. What's up, Asteroids?
Hey, fat nigger. Fat alcoholic nigger.
Yeah, no lulls whatsoever. That's old. 404, what's up?
Yo, what's up, Ghost?
Hey, how's it going, man?
Yeah, that whole Wienergate thing. It's pretty funny, but it's also pretty messed up. And, going back to what you were saying about letting certain people vote or whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I think they should do?
What's that?
They should make it so before you vote, you should take a test. And this test, and if you pass this test, like it shouldn't be like that biased the test, but it should be a test that, and if you pass this, you should be able to vote. Because what I'm thinking of is, for you to be able to drive, they make you take a driving test so you don't put people around you in danger. But
absolutely.
So voting, you should be able to vote. If you vote and you vote for some idiot, you're putting millions of people in a certain amount of danger.
Absolutely. I mean, the incompetence of the masses out here have put the whole jeopardy of civility in danger. I mean, these idiots are so anesthetized with getting all these goddamn entitlements that once they're taking it away, I think these idiots will start rioting in the streets because they ain't got their goddamn food stamps, for Christ's sake, man. It's just disgusting. And who are the people they electing in office? They're electing John Edwards. They're electing Anthony Weiner. They're electing these goddamn hypocritical, lying, soulless, cash horse scumbags. And this is why we need a politically competent electorate. And I think that, in my personal opinion, we need capitalists as the exclusive party that can participate in the political process. And the easy way to do this, instead of tests, instead of creating a whole new bureaucracy over this nonsense, just tell people, hey, show us your W-2 from last year. You show us your W-2 from last year, you can go right to the voting booth. Go right ahead. Go right ahead. But, if you don't, well, then tough titty, you don't pass go, you don't collect $200, get the hell on the road. I mean, that's just as simple as that. I think the people that actually contribute to the system should have more of an authority than those that are nothing but detriments and moochers, in my personal opinion.
Yeah. Yeah, you want to hear something funny?
Go for it.
Okay. You know how I was talking yesterday about that kid that was trolling you, smell my poop or whatever?
Yeah.
Little nephew? Yeah. Well, last night he called me up, and he seemed like he was about to cry, dude. He was choking up while he was talking to me. I was going to leave him alone. I wasn't going to talk about this anymore. But he called up choking up, almost crying, asking, why would I do that? Why would I do that? And he told me to call you. He told me to call you and tell you that I was just lying and that I was just joking around, because he said he had a rep and I was messing up his rep. I don't think he's in the chat room right now. I'm pretty sure he's not going to let
smell my poop. I mean, you're messing up his rep up in here. It's just a 9-year-old boy. You got all these trolls that are like 35-year-olds following him up in here, like a bunch of Woody Allen, butt-loving pedophile. He's 9 years old. I can't believe it. Unbelievable, man.
He was crying, man. I'm going to give him a break. Nobody should give him a hard time. He's a sensitive kid.
No problem, man. Hey, man, thanks a lot for calling, man. I appreciate your insight, man.
Yeah. I'd like.
All right, man.
Go
ahead and give a shout out, man.
Yeah, I'd like to give a shout out to the guy and to Zeki. They're both upstanding capitalist gentlemen. They both are.
All right, man. Well, thank you very much, man. I appreciate your calling, bro. Once again, that was 404, avid listener, avid caller. It's Baller Friday. Baller Friday, baby. We're talking about Wienergate. We were discussing a little bit about it. I'm going to go ahead and move on a little bit. I want to talk a little bit about how... before we move on to that, once again, I'd like to reiterate that Anthony Weiner, according to the woman that was sent the tweet pic, Anthony Weiner's picture, the picture of his wiener, was meant for a porn star. All right? And this is according to the alleged victim of this Wienergate. And, it doesn't look good for Weiner. And I think that everybody right now should be retweeting the first tweet on my Twitter account right now at Ghost Politics. It's right here, all right? Right here, folks, Ghost Politics. Let me go ahead and give some shout-outs to the people that have been already doing it. We got, I'm not saying Ghost. I'm not saying that shit, you stupid bastard. We got ARLNet. We got a Lucky Sinner again. We got Ghost, another wannabe Ghost. We got Samuel Hardiman. We got another asshole trying to make fun of my name. Not going to say it. Let's see who else we got going on over here. We got more assholes trying to, make me look like a jagoff. Boris Johnson, at least. We got Poop Tickler, FT Karma. Those are the last people that were tweeting. Once again, folks, I'd like for you to please retweet the damn first tweet. The first tweet. Keep saying twit for Christ's sake. The first tweet on Ghost Politics right there on the screen. All right. But now, what I'd like to do is talk a little bit about this LOLsec, huh? Yeah, that's right. The LOL's boat. It's so shocking and new. The LOL's boat has head over to Sony, and the reason that LOLsec, that's the hacking crew that was the culprit in the PBS hack, which released that bogus news report about Tupac being alive. Moreover, they kind of called out Anonymous in that particular hack, if you want my opinion. But now they have headed over to Sony. Right when Sony claimed that they had everything under control, everything's cool, they went back up online, and lo and behold, they let everybody's information out there for anyone to take. And that's exactly what LOLsec proved, that, Sony, being the big multinational conglomerate that it is, given the fact that it was offline for such a big, long period of time, they got hacked again. And now you've got another, another million people's accounts and personal information, out there in BitTorrents or, wherever the hell it's at. I mean, it's just unbelievable. Once again, LOLsec strikes again. The LOL's boat. It's headed over to Sony, and let me tell you, Sony should be ashamed of itself. I know there's a lot of people getting on LOLsec because, well, let's be honest, a lot of these fat jelly-ass, bruised-thumb gamers are upset that Sony, is taking all this crap. I mean, they're getting bombarded, with hacks from the PSN, hacks from their regular websites, hacks from the movie site this time. I mean, they're getting a little upset, and I've been looking at the lolsec tweets, and not necessarily a lot of people happy about this. But what I'm saying is that how in the hell can Sony, being a creator of technology, somebody who manufactures technological widgets, how in the hell could they leave such an easy SQL injection vulnerable to such an incompetent kernel that hasn't even been updated for was it 2-3 years, for Christ's sake? I mean, Jesus Christ, man. It makes no sense to me how Sony can be this incompetent with people's information. And this just goes to show you. This just goes to show you, for Christ's sake. Anyway, folks, for all the folks that are unfamiliar with lolsec is the hacking crew. That's LULZSEC, and you can find them on Twitter. And I think they've got a website now, lolsecurity.com, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not sure about that. But once again, I mean, they hacked PBS, and at least in the PBS hack, they gave in their response to the hack that they're doing it for Bradley Manning, and the unfavorable reporting in the documentary on PBS about WikiLeaks. Now, lolsec basically said that they hacked Sony just because they could, and I mean, that's pretty bad, man. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we're seeing some major hacker wars, happening right before our very eyes, and it just goes to show you that the technology and the progression of the technology is superseding even the multinational corporations, for Christ's sake. But anyway, I mean, instead of Sony bitching and moaning, it could be, possibly economically viable to hire lolsec. I mean, lolsec has put out a website. They've been taking a lot of attempts at trying to take them down, and they seem to have fared out pretty well. Believe me, there's a lot of hackers that want to make their names off of taking down lolsec, and they haven't done it up to this point. So I want to hear from you. What do you got to say about this, man? Very serious. 646-652-4869. Are you on the Lols boat? So what's going on? Hey, Tazeki, what's going on, Tazeki? How you doing, man?
Hey, guys. How's it going, dude?
Not bad, not bad. What you got to say, man? How's it going out there in the UK?
Not bad, not bad. I mean, as I said yesterday, I've not been at work today because I had doctor's appointment this morning. But I thought, take a day of vacation, have a 3-day weekend kind of thing.
Yeah.
To weigh in on the Sony hack thing.
Go for it.
I work for a large IT company. I'm not going to say more than that. Multinational, etc. I'm amazed this has been allowed to happen. I mean, the product I worked on in my previous role was very much a case. I mean, we had a problem with it, and I can't say more than that. I'm not going to get in any legal trouble.
No, don't worry about it.
Yeah. And my manager basically turned around and was like, "Holy shit, we're going to fucking sort this out, and we're not going to leave any stone unturned. We're going to make sure we get this sorted." And so after the PSN hack, the fact that they've been hacked and hacked and hacked. Why is someone at the top of that company not going, right, every website we've got on the on the internet, fucking lock it down, every service, lock it down, make it all updated. It's the simplest thing to do. And this shout clearly has not come down from the top, and it is absolutely embarrassing that this has happened for Sony yet again.
So what are the IT guys doing at Sony? I mean, are they just kind of rigging it up and thinking that they can kind of patch things? I don't get why they could not update the kernel, or at least the SQL database software that was the culprit, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, for the PSN or the PlayStation, the Sony hack, the recent Sony hack by lolsec.
It's literally a case of, by the sound of things not being updated and not implemented correctly. I mean, SQL injections are well known as being incredibly simple to do, and anyone worth their salt will know to sanitize inputs so that these injections can't be used. So it's either a case of rushing a web solution out the door, or just simply failing to keep everything up to date, and there is literally no excuse for that. I mean, the only time you'd worry about that was if you had some software you had to have up all the time and you install an update and suddenly it all shits to bed and you've gone down. I mean, when you're operating 24/7 around the world, that's just not a fair situation. You know, you can't do that in business. But no, genuinely, there is no reason for this to have happened. None at all.
Unreal. So, given the fact that this is supposed to be a technological manufacturer of widgets, why is it? I mean, I just can't think of for the life of me, why is it that they could have an incompetent IT department that could not get? I mean, this is very basic stuff. I mean, when it comes to, well, I guess maybe not. I guess not when you have the world trying to hack you, but I mean, you have certain cases and points where people have been able to secure up their boxes, even with attempts at denial of service, which is the cheapest way of take down a website, and actual website infiltration. I mean, since you are in the IT field, I mean, try to enlighten us in just the slightest and yet legal ways possible on how something like this can happen to such a multinational corporation, and if it can happen to that. Could it happen to Facebook? Could it happen to Twitter? Could it happen to these bigger websites that are supposed to have the big badass impenetrable data centers?
When it comes to other organizations, it's certainly a case of whatever they've written and implemented and however they maintain their systems is entirely to their business, and they're not going to publicize what they're doing. I mean, if you kind of start saying we've updated to this level, and some attack goes into the wild saying, "Oh, this vulnerability affects this," then people can swarm over and do their thing. In terms of Sony and how difficult this would have been to stop, the answer is very simple. And I mean, if lolsec is particularly professional and they have an exploit or a vulnerability they found that no one is aware of, that would probably be worth an awful lot of money. I mean, if no one's aware of it, then it's probably fair that Sony's been hacked, because if no one's aware of it and someone exploits them, until you've been exploited once, no one knows about it. But I think by the sound of things in this case, they were all totally aware of these vulnerabilities. They were aware they hadn't upgraded, and they played the security game of hoping nobody notices. And unfortunately, everyone's noticed.
And I even read that the password files, weren't even encrypted. I mean, they were just kind of in some text doc some text file. And that's how you were able to retrieve this the passcodes. I mean, what is this, a mom and pop shop operation here? I don't know. I'm a little disappointed in Sony, given the fact that you've got people all over the world putting their trust in such a multinational corporation, and for them to for them to give out people's information. That's basically what they did, leaving it out there for everybody. Is just completely irresponsible, and no matter how many freebies they give out to people, this is a disgrace, and there should be some lawsuits against this, in my view.
I totally agree. I mean, anyone that goes to university and learns about computer science is well aware of how this stuff works, and I mean, the idea of storing passwords in plain text, it's basically, it's as secure as putting your front door key under your doormat and then being surprised when someone breaks into your house. It's just like, where are they going to look? Either under the fake rock or under the doormat, and lo and behold, you were stupid enough to do it, and you've paid the price.
Yeah.
In terms of responsibility, as usual, it's a large corporation, so a couple of people are going to lose their jobs, and no one's going to actually pay for this in any meaningful way, unfortunately.
It's really, really bad, and I mean, luckily, I'm hoping that lolsec is an organization just trying to gain notoriety for their security exploits, and hopefully be subcontracted by either governments or corporates alike, and not a devious hacking organization that's going to put this information for the highest bidder on black markets and so on and so forth. So we have to just keep our eye on these guys. I'm of the persuasion that they are individuals just trying to make names for themselves based upon their security exploits, and they're obviously looking to get paid for their information. So let's hope they do that and continue to. If they're going to do a next hack, let's hope they do it for a good reason and something that can bring some notoriety on something. And let's not hope that they turn into some kind of rogue, destructive Chinese hacker-based organization. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, like before Sony gets hacked in about 2 weeks' time, kind of thing. It's just going to happen again. I actually called up because I do have an anecdote I wanted to share with you, Ghost, if that's okay.
Go ahead. No, go ahead, man. Go ahead.
Cool. Basically, I mean, despite having a day off, I log into work at lunchtime, just check emails and so on and so forth. It's good to keep up with what's going on. And I actually got pinged by one of my co-workers, and he shared this YouTube video with me, and it actually made me think of you. And your anecdote about the retard worker, I'm not going to start all the PC bullshit because I always get confused, and it takes too long to find the correct words. No,
yeah, you're talking about my worker. You're talking the worker that works for me that's retarded, and how I appreciate the retarded mentality and how they're always happy. They're jovial, and how I wish that the whole world was retarded. I think it'd be a better place.
Exactly, that's the one. And so basically, this video is sent to me by his co-worker who is laughing her ass off. And it's of this retarded guy singing away, like, absolutely appalling. But you can see how passionate he is and, how proud he is and so on. And I sat there and just thought, you know what? That reminds me of Ghost's anecdote. And then I also realised, oh my God, I'm watching Give Her a Bone by Goofy Bone.
Oh, man. That's rough, man. I'm telling you, man.
He is retarded, Ghost. He is retarded.
Yeah, well, okay. Go ahead and tell us why, man. I mean, give us some teeth. Give us something with some teeth on it, man. Because I saw everybody rip Goofy Bone a new one in the chat room here, so that was well played, Tizeki. So what is it about Goofy Bone that it's just repulsive? It's obvious that everybody finds this guy repulsive.
Well, I mean, we've only got an hour and 5 minutes left in the show, so I'll have to be fairly quick to sum it up all in that time.
That's rough, man.
Basically, he's a guy without any opinion of his own. He just seems to echo you without any great input. I mean, you see him in the chat. He doesn't have any idea what the English language is, nor what grammar or punctuation is. And I mean, he says he's a contractor, and I'm pretty sure that mowing lawns does not make you an independent contractor.
Oh, man. Why aren't you a comedian, Tizeki? I mean, you should have you take Eddie Izzard and, go throw him in the trash, come out here to America, make some money out here. You know what I'm saying?
Well, to be perfectly honest, I think Goofy Bone is the biggest comedian of all. I mean, everyone is laughing at him more than anyone else.
Oh, that's horrible, man. That's bad. Anyway, you want to give a shout-out to Zeki, man? We're going to head into the third hour here. I'm going to take a break here in a second.
You know what? I would. I'd like to give a shout-out to Aids of Breakfast, Boris Johnson, Ibn Izzo, even though he got horrendously kicked. Who else was it I needed to give a shout-out to? Probably Men and M, who I've needed to give a shout-out for ages, and Hippie Moose, if he's still in here.
All right, Tizeki. Hey, man, thanks a lot, man. You always provide pretty good insight and, definitely a different perspective from the other part of the globe. Very articulate and definitely concise, man. So I thank you for calling up.
Cheers, guys. Have a good one.
All right, no problem. That was Tizeki, become an avid listener, an avid caller, and I appreciate his insight. Once again, 646-652-4869. We were talking about Anthony Weiner. Actually, we were talking about Lulz, the hacking group. And I thought that we went into some pretty good detail into, the Lulz hack. And once again, I want to end the segment with Lulzsec in hopes that they are a hacking crew that's just trying to get their security company some props and some credibility so that they can be hired by governments and multinationals alike. and not a nefarious group that is going to go out, take these people's information, and spend these credit cards like they're going out of style or something to that effect. So let's hope. All right. But let me tell you, I've been on the Lulz boat. As a matter of fact, they actually used some of my clips in my show to make some kind of Lulz boat song. So that was pretty funny. But anyway, folks, once again, we are approaching the third and final hour, baby. The third and final hour of the True Capitalist radio broadcast. And, of course, I am your host, the man they call Ghost. I mean, it's Baller Friday, baby. It's Baller Friday. I almost didn't even come in today. I almost didn't do the show. Yesterday, I was a little jaded. You had a bunch of sentence fragment-ridden trolls up in here, sputtering out nothing, not making any kind of sense, not making any kind of sense whatsoever. And they kind of got me pissed off, but I came in today. I am here, and I want to thank everybody for tuning in with me, for Christ's sake. I know that, we still have our trolls, don't get me wrong. But who cares? It's Baller Friday. We're not going to let them get us down, all right? I got a little bit of Blue Label here. Well, let me go ahead and drink some of this right now. Where's my drink? Here it is right here. Man, I'm almost out there. Jesus Christ, man. Anyway, before we get into the last hour of the True Capitalist radio broadcast, I'd like for everybody to please retweet the broadcast, all right? Go to the social networks, go to the forums, go to the blogs, spread it around like wildfire, and let everybody know that we're in effect in the house here. Moreover, folks, we have been asking people that are listening out there right now to please retweet the first tweet on my Twitter account. Try to say that about 80 times. All right, Ghost Politics is the name. Here it is right here on the screen. Right there, retweet the first tweet on that account. It is of Anthony Weiner. We want him to resign. He's a lying scumbag. And as a matter of fact, we're giving shout-outs to those that are actually retweeting this. So let's go ahead and see what we have here. We got JackW.com, Moxtopia, Boris Johnson again, John Caveson, you asshole. We got Dr. Shippers. We got Joseph Fritz. We got Casper is Better. We got Cox Mauker. We got stupid assholes. Anyway, please, once again, go to this Twitter account and retweet the first tweet on that Twitter account, all right? No BS. Anyway, let's get to the next subject matter, folks. We're kind of running short here. I want to talk a little bit about the E. coli superbug. It's starting to spread all over the world now. We're starting to get cases from all over the world, and the correlation between the E. coli superbug, which is an unknown strain of E. coli that has been tainted by, or that has tainted cucumbers, lettuce, and tomatoes in Europe. It has afflicted those across the world, and the consistency of all the people that are sick are the fact that they were in Germany. And I know that Germany at some point decided that they were, blaming the Spaniards. They were blaming the Spaniards as if it was the Spaniards over there at the Slogan, Volkswagen. It was a Spaniard seeing high. And now that we have other tests that have been conducted on these vegetables that are supposed to be the culprits for this superbug, we've come to realize that there was E. coli on these Spaniard vegetables, but it wasn't the same E. coli as this superbug. So, of course, the mystery still remains on where exactly the source of this new E. coli superbug is. And I have alluded to this fact, and I am not a conspiracy theorist. I'm not somebody who's out here like, that blowhard, ridiculous farce Alex Jones. I'm not like, that lizard men lover David Icke. I'm not like these people, but look, this E. coli, to me, looks a little suspicious. It looks a little terroristic in my personal opinion. And we were talking about this yesterday. Tazeki was actually on the horn with me here. We were talking and discussing this. It is not that difficult to be able to cross-strain these two different strands of E. coli to make a new super strain. All you'd have to do is have access to a university, lab coats, petri dishes, the microscopes, the whole 9 yards. And then once you are able to do this and have this thing multiply on a petri dish, you make sure you infect it with some kind of an agent. You have to have some kind of an infectant agent, and you put it on the damn, you put it in, or inject it in the vegetables, or put it in the soil, or put it in the water that is fed to the plants, and before you know it, you've got yourself an epidemic of E. coli, for Christ's sake. You know what I mean? And I'm just saying that it's not necessarily just Al-Qaeda that could be the culprits of this. It could be rising nationalism in Europe. There's a lot of people that really don't believe that the EU is the appropriate path for Europe, and you're having a lot of rise in nationalism. Spain, Germany, Italy, France, and in my personal opinion, I think that you have enough groups that are so fixated on this nationalism that they would do something of this nature in an attempt to try to, cause the EU into some sort of disorder. Now, I got to give Tazeki some props because he called it yesterday that he was afraid that because of the hysteria that the Germans implemented upon the Spanish output of agriculture, basically nobody's buying Spanish vegetables or goods anymore. Tazeki said that he's afraid that the goddamn English and the Germans and the French and everybody else who bankrolls the EU is going to have to pay the Spaniards in lost wages. Well, that just came out today. That's what's going to happen. That's what's going to happen right now. I mean, let me tell you, much props on that call, because that's what happened. That's exactly what's going to happen. The Germans are going to, reimburse the damn Spaniards because of the so-called loss implemented by the implication that the E. coli outbreak came from Spaniard goods. Anyway, let's take some more callers here. 646-652-4869. We got 111. What's up? You're on the horn.
I'll knock your ass into next Tuesday.
Yeah, great comeback, for Christ's sake. I'll knock your ass into next Tuesday. Great. Yeah, really original, pal. I'm sure everybody's breaking up in stitches after you said that, you stupid moron. The guy from the place, what's up?
Hey, what's up?
What's going on? We unfortunately, your computer mic sucks. And let me tell you, in a day and age where you have a sucky computer mic, that means that you bought your computer from the fucking Salvation Army, all right? Because every computer comes with a kick-ass microphone that you can actually implement on your computer, all right? You actually have to have one of those, old, stupid, disgusting phones. I don't even want to talk about it, for Christ's sake. Anyway, let's go somewhere else. Warthog, what's up? There's another cheap-ass mic, for Christ's sake. What's up with the cheap-ass mics, man? Jesus Christ, man. This is obviously third world nations calling in with their, they just upgraded to 56K modem. So now that they can actually, make a half-ass Skype call, and now it's just stupid, man. It's pathetic. We got Baller Friday. You there?
What's up, Ghost?
Hey, how's it going?
Yeah, I think this E. coli thing is being blown way out of proportion.
Oh, you think so? I mean, there's a lot of people dead, a lot of people sick, another 500 sick today.
I mean, for an example, this that H1N1 virus that was about a couple years ago, everyone got so scared about it.
I didn't get scared about it because I knew it was a bunch of malarkey.
Yeah, but I mean, the general public, there was a fear out there. But
I agree. I agree, but you have to remember that was a supposed airborne virus, and airborne virus, in my personal opinions, they happen and they can afflict humanity to a certain extent, but it would not cause the mass pandemic that the H1N1 was supposed to cause. As a matter of fact, if you want my personal opinion, I thought it was rather convenient that H1N1 popped up out of nowhere. Meanwhile, all these assholes like, I'm not going to name names, but assholes within the Bush administration actually had a vested interest in the companies that produce the H1N1 vaccine. So I don't think it was a coincidence that, we saw the H1N1 all of a sudden just pop up out of nowhere, and then, the people that actually bought stock, because believe me, they actually bought stock in a company, gave them private contracts to overproduce the inoculation for H1N1. And it's just pathetic. It's unbelievably pathetic, man. But this is a little bit different. This is a foodborne illness here. Foodborne illness, for Christ's sake. All right, I mean, this is something that you can actually get from eating, and this is something that we need to do to survive, all right? We need to eat food to survive. And if it's going to be afflicting food, well, then we're in some serious trouble here. I mean, this is a little different than some airborne virus that can possibly be quarantined. I mean, this can be in anybody's plate, in anybody's stomach, and anybody can be afflicted by this. This is really, really scary as far as the Europeans are concerned. And if it gets here to America, I'm sure it's going to be just as scary here. I mean, things that afflict food could have pandemic proportions. I don't know, man. I'm just, I'm worried, to say the least. I know I joked about it when this report first came out. I said, hey, it's the Europeans. They're shoving the cucumbers up their ass, and I know that. But now it's no time for jokes. I mean, there's people dying. There's 2,000-3,000 people sick now. It's afflicting mostly adults, mostly women. It's a really scary situation, man, and I'd like to hear from you about it. What do you got to say about it? 386, you're on the horn.
Ghost, your mom's so ugly. I took her to the top of the Empire State Building and planes started to attack her.
Oh my God! Did you think that one up, or did you rip that off?
I made it up, bro. I just got
Man, that was horrible. That was disgusting, for Christ's sake, man. You could have come up with something better. Hey, you could have said, my mom's so fat she uses pillowcases for socks. You could have said that, my mom's so fat that, she has her own zip code, or, my mom's so fat that she uses a king-size mattress for maxi pads, or, something of that nature. Well, what? I mean... She went on top of a building and planes started attacking her, for Christ's sake. I mean, what a loser, man. What a loser. Look, it's the summertime. I know you're off from school. What are you planning on doing this summer, 386? What are you planning on doing with your time?
Well, I plan on cracking more jokes about...
Well, it's not working. It's not working for you, all right? It's not working for you, for Christ's sake, all right? Don't crack any more jokes. As a matter of fact, don't even crack jokes. You're not the joke guy. It's really not what you say, it's how you say it, all right? And if you don't know how to say something, then don't try to be a joker. Don't try to be that guy that's kidding around. It's just not going to work for you, all right? You know what you should be? You should be that sweet guy that all the bimbos take advantage of, because then at least you'll get a chance at getting your wiener whacked, as opposed to being some ass-crack wannabe joker that isn't going to get any poontang with this drab-ass personality that you're sporting on this show. You know what I'm saying there, you fucking milky liquor?
I'm sorry.
Yeah, you look sorry. You look sorry, you son of a bitch. Get him off! Anyway, sorry, I didn't mean to use my French there, folks, but it's Friday. It's Baller Friday, all right? It's Baller Friday, for Christ's sake. Anyway, once again, we're taking callers, and we're talking about the superbug E. coli outbreak. I want to hear from you. What do you got to say about it? Let's take one more caller here. Brandon Thorpe, what's up? You're taking too long. We got Mac Rob, what's up? You're taking too long. We got Finnish Lion, what's up?
Yeah, Ghost. I just wondered if you have ever seriously
thought about running for the president.
If I thought about running for president?
Yeah.
No, hell no. I would never run for president because, first of all, I know that there's a lot of people who appreciate my commentary, but the goddamn Poe in America ain't going to want none of me. You understand? I mean, the Poe in America would start rioting in the streets. You know what I mean? They'd be like, man, he going to take away our food stamp, baby. He going to take away our food card. He going to take away housing voucher program, baby. I mean, he going to be taking away this stuff from my kids, baby. He going to be taking away from my kids. So, yeah, I don't think I could do it, man. Don't get me wrong. I've thought about it, but I don't think I could do it, man.
Oh, okay. I understand.
Yeah, I hear you. I mean, have you seen American politics, for Christ's sake? I mean, it's stupid. It's not even about the political substance. It's about, hey, I'd have a beer with that guy. Or hey, that guy looks presidential. Or, hey, I like the way that guy's teeth look. Hey, I like this stuff. I mean, it's not even about a goddamn political substance anymore. It's about garbage. So I can't do it, man. I just, I wish I could, but I can't. Anyway, let me move on to another subject matter. We're running out of time here. We got Yemen. I know I haven't really covered Yemen, and the reason that I haven't covered Yemen is because it's turning into holy hell, and moreover, Al-Qaeda and radicalist Islamic factions are the individuals that are antagonizing this particular uprising in Yemen. And, to give it any kind of legitimacy and mentioning it would, only promote this Islamic fanaticism that fuels the type of situation that's going on in Yemen as we speak. Now, the reason I want to bring up Yemen is because the opposition, the people that are against the president, which it's a President Ali Abdullah Saleh, they attacked his presidential palace with a goddamn rocket-propelled grenade, killed a couple of his bodyguards, and wounded him, but he was able to get away from the attack by the opposition. So this is, pretty scary. It looks like they're on the verge of civil war out there in Yemen. This is yet another country in disorder, and a whole array of countries that are under disorder and chaos, and, our eyes need to be peeled on these types of chaotic situations that are happening throughout the international community, man. I mean, whenever you have these kinds of chaotic situations, you have these characters that can move in and actually galvanize the country into, doing some nefarious activity that could affect the international community. And in my opinion, that's why I haven't been covering Yemen, because I'm not going to give any credibility to Islamic extremists that are antagonizing that country into disorder. I'm not going to do it. All right? I'm not going to do it whatsoever. Anyway, I want to move on to another subject matter. I just wanted to cover that, yes, President Ali Abdul Saleh of Yemen was attacked by a rocket-propelled grenade at his compound. He did survive. And according to him, he is going to crack down on the opposition. He is going to, I'm just guesstimating, but I mean, it sounds to me like he's going to do some goddamn Bashar al-Assad crap. And speaking of Bashar al-Assad, more protesters die in Syria in opposition to Bashar al-Assad's despotic rule. Another 40 dead today. Another 40 dead today in Syria. I mean, that's at least over 2,000 people dead ever since this so-called crackdown on the protesters in Syria. We have reports that 40 children have been slaughtered since this so-called crackdown by the Syrian authorities against protesters that are doing nothing more than holding up signs in the streets saying, "Where's my vote?" Protesting in a domestic, orderly fashion. The Syrian government is ordering the execution and the mowing down of people in the middle of the streets that are peacefully protesting. I mean, Bashar al-Assad, the leader of the country of Syria, is actually ordering the executions of soldiers that refuse to shoot on the people. He's shooting on his own people, for Christ's sake. He's shooting on his own people, and we're just sitting back allowing it to happen. Jesus Christ. I want to hear from you. 646-652-4869. Hey, 111, what's up? Yeah, shut up. 111, what's up?
Hey, Ghost, I think Dominic Strauss-Kahn gave the cucumbers AIDS.
Dominic Strauss-Kahn, well, I don't know if he gave the cucumber AIDS, but I know that he's got the AIDS. I wonder if Dominic Strauss-Kahn has even had a test, for Christ's sake. I mean, allegedly, and this is all alleged, the West African maid that he allegedly raped from Djibouti is said to live in a community that is exclusively for those afflicted with HIV. So, Dominic Strauss-Kahn, of course, for all you folks that don't know who he is the former head of the International Monetary Fund, and he was going to run for the presidency of France under the Socialist Party. But he decided to, get a little jungle fever and give some West African immigrant who was cleaning his swank $3,000 a night hotel room, decided to give her the old in-out. And, lo and behold, not only does he have the court case to deal with, but now he's got the AIDS. Anyway, let me move on to another subject matter where we're talking about Syria once again continuing its mass murder on its people. Bashar al-Assad should be targeted for termination. He should be targeted for termination, and you can tell him I said that. All right? Going back to what we were talking about earlier, cyber defense, the internet. Well, China today, we talked about how the FBI is investigating possible hacks on Gmail accounts of certain political protesters, certain Congress folks, government officials, allegedly by China, people within the confines of China. China, of course, denies Google's claims that Chinese hackers were attempting to hack certain Gmail accounts, all right? Well, today, China has called for a defense of its internet borders against a U.S.-led internet war. Yeah, they actually believe that there is an internet war being led by the United States, and now the Chinese government is going to do what it takes to secure its internet border, whatever the hell that means, I mean, can you believe this crap? Secure your internet border for crap. I mean, what the hell is it? You're going to make a goddamn, a LAN or a WAN that's countrywide, and you're just going to limit people to that? I don't get it. What are you going to be? You're going to make an AOL, of China? I don't get it. I'm starting to think that if China wants an internet war, maybe LOLsec or, some of these people that are, kind of disbanding from Anonymous. I mean, if you want to make a name for yourself, there's China over there flexing nuts. You know what I'm saying? I mean, why don't you go out there and tell them, hey, you want a war, huh? You want a war? We'll take it to war. You want a war? We'll take it to war. So that's what I'm saying. And moreover, it doesn't seem like they're kidding, folks. They actually are. I mean, internet security in general within the past couple of months has been something of a hot topic. You had the president wanting to initiate internet regulations. In his proposal, he talks about potentially acting in a military fashion if the cyber sovereignty of the United States is jeopardized. Believe it or not. I mean, he's talking about bombing countries, even friendly countries, that continuously attempt to infiltrate the systems of the United States of America. I kid you not. All right, I'm not joking. This has all happened. This is all out there for Christ's sake. I mean, this is very serious subject matter, man. I mean, that's why, the individuals that are conducting, some of these hacking operations out there, they can't be just doing it for lulz anymore. They got to be doing it for reasons. You know, they got to leave, notes that have substance and pertinence so that they can win some kind of a public relations war, you know? LulzSec, if they're going to conduct another operation or another group like a LulzSec, they need to make sure that they take control of the public relations aspect of how people are going to interpret their group. And in my personal opinion, I think that China, if they're worried about an internet war, well, they need to stop pirating crap. They need to stop sending malware. They need to stop sending viruses, for Christ's sake. They need to stop ripping people off. And I reported this a couple of weeks ago, that China actually, instead of the old labor camps that they used to throw these political prisoners in, going and throwing them into a labor camp so they could break rocks or, dig holes or whatever the case might be. They have found it more profitable to force these political prisoners in these, re-education camps in China to play World of Warcraft. Yeah, so they can play World of Warcraft like 15 hours a day, so that they can gather up. I've never played World of Warcraft, but apparently you can actually gather up virtual money and actually cash it in and redeem it or something of that nature. I have no idea. I don't play this crap, but apparently you can actually make money, if you play this World of Warcraft crap. I kid you not. You can look that up. World of Warcraft is being utilized by the communists to, extort money, So these idiots that are sitting here in China trying to say that, we have to secure our internet border. What are you talking about, secure your internet border? You assholes are the ones implementing all the goddamn internet crime there, China, all right? You and your state communist government are sponsoring almost half the goddamn hacking that's out here, China. So get it straight, all right? Get it straight, for Christ's sake, you stupid milky liquor. And how in the hell can you throw people in concentration camps and in labor camps and force them to play World of Warcraft? I mean, how is this crap? I mean, is this real? I mean, Jesus Christ. Oh, my God. It's horrible. It's really sad, man. Oh, Jesus Christ. And, of course, folks, as you know, Blog Talk Radio actually broadcasts within the borders of China. And the only reason that Blog Talk Radio has been able to do that is because anytime the government of China is criticized, we have to allow a representative of the communist government to have a rebuttal on the show. So without any further ado, folks, we have to have this representative of the communist government. So without any further ado, Mr. Fortune Cookie, are you there, sir? Oh.
You see, you motherfucker out there talking all the garbage about the communist government of China. I've been telling all you American motherfucker that China own you ass. China own all you American motherfucker. And you need to realize that we're trying to protect our internet border. We know what you're doing, America. We know you're trying to manipulate our population so they can raise up against us like they did in the Jasmine Revolution. But we're not going to allow it. No, we're not going to allow it, motherfucker. We're going to make sure that we secure our internet border. We're going to make sure our cyber army come after you motherfuckers, and we're going to make sure that you American people bow down to the Chinese people. We're going to make sure, all right? We're going to make sure that you motherfuckers bow down to us because we own your debt, motherfucker. Don't you understand that? We own all your debt. China own America, motherfucker. That's right. And there's nothing you can do about it. And all you American motherfuckers flapping the gum out the mouth, all you motherfuckers talking garbage about the communist government in China, we're going to stick a chopstick right up your colon hole. We're going to stick Insu knife up your asshole. You come in here and talk garbage about communist government in China. And for all you motherfuckers that talk garbage about why we do what we do in China, For all you people that talk garbage about why we should do what I'll tell you why we do what we do. We do it for Chairman Mao. We do it for Chairman Mao. We do it for Chairman Oh, bad egg roll. I got to go, motherfucker. But I want all you American motherfuckers to know that the Chinese government, the communist government of China own you. So next time you see somebody in China, you bow to him, motherfucker. You stop what you're doing, you get on your knees, and you bow to that Chinaman. Any Chinaman you see, you bow to him, you American motherfucker. I'm out of here, motherfucker. I got nothing else to say. I am Mr. Fortune Cookie. Thank you very much. All right, get him off. Get him off. Well, you heard it right from the communist government's mouth, folks. This is what they're saying, all right? I mean, they're going to protect their internet borders. And, of course, the communist government, with their pompous asses, trying to talk garbage that they own America. And, you know, I can't say that they're that wrong. I mean, I'm not trying to promote the communist government of China here, but they own most of our goddamn debt. And you got these assholes in Washington, you know, playing politics over the debt ceiling and not trying to be fiscally responsible, knowing the debts that we have to the goddamn Chinese government, for Christ's sake. Unfreaking believable, man. Unfreaking believable. Anyway, let's take another call here. 646-652-4869. What do you think about China trying to protect its borders? All right, we got Ganondorf. What's up?
Gee, it sure is boring around here.
My boy. Oh, well, why don't you go to your mom's all-you-can-eat buffet, all right? You go down 3 blocks, take a left, and there's a machine of her with her legs opening and closing, and above it says open 24 hours a day, all right? So go over there if you're bored, all right? You stupid milky-looking piece of nipple clamp-loving, butt plug-up-the-ass-looking, wish you had some chick to whack your wiener-looking piece of crap. 718, you're on the horn.
Ghost, if you were in a room with President Obama and you had a gun, would you suck his dick first?
Stupid idiot. Can't even talk with your regular voice. What is it, Stephen Hawking, for Christ's sake, huh? Oh, man, I could just imagine Stephen Hawking banging some bimbo, you know, having to type in what he's got. Oh, you bitch. Oh, you whore. I mean, give me a break. All right. You know what? You know, we got so many fruit bowls in here. I'm going to take a break. All right? That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take a break. And without any further ado, folks, we have been playing some gay music. And what do I mean by gay music? Well, I was unaware that we had such a huge gay contingent listening to the True Capitalist radio broadcast. I kid you not. All right? I kid you not. I mean, the gay contingent in this broadcast is unbelievable. I mean, just listen to the fruit bowls. I mean, listen to the feminine vernacular of everybody who calls up, for Christ's sake. I mean, they sound like they just popped out of the anal passage of Greg Louganis post-AIDS. All right? I mean, they sound that goddamn fruity, for Christ's sake. And you can hear them every time, every single time, for Christ's sake. I mean, good God. Oh my God! It's really disgusting. And as a matter of fact, for all you folks that are unaware of all the gay contingent that calls up to the True Capitalist radio program, I want you to go to blogtalkradio.com/ghost. We got over thousands of hours of on-demand episodes. I'd like for you all to please go to that website. All right, www.blogtalkradio.com/ghost. All right, and just take a listen to all the fruit bowls that are in all the calls that call up. I mean, of course, you're going to have some of those people that actually sound like they got a pair of balls, but most of them are a bunch of fruity asses. All right, most of them are a bunch of fruity ass bastards, for Christ's sake. And you know,
And what I don't understand is if they're listening to me and if they're a part of the gay contingent, why do they got to hate on me, you know? I mean, you know, the gay contingent that listens to me, they call up and they just do nothing but vile things. You know, they try to bring me down. They get me jaded. You know, they talk a lot of garbage to me. I don't really appreciate it, man. I don't appreciate it. And I thought you gays were supposed to be like, you know, passive and nice and proper and all that. I mean, listen to these fruit bowls, for Christ's sake. They're horrible. So, without any further ado, folks, we have been playing gay music for the past several days to pander to that particular gay demographic. I mean, we got, like I said, a whole bunch of Peter Puffers and a bunch of Muff Divers, Bullnose Bull Dykes. We got a whole bunch of people, that listen to me that are a part of the gay contingent. So, without any further ado, let me go ahead and put on a song. Now, let me tell you something right now, all right? This song that I'm about to play is made by an artist at the time looked like a bitch, a literal bitch, all right? I mean, I'm not kidding, all right? 30 years later, he kind of looks like Vince in the Bay, you know? I mean, no offense, Vince, all right? I'm just, wink, wink. But once again, here it is. A gay song for everybody who's listening that's a part of the gay contingent, all right? And for all you people that are hating on me, I mean, look at these assholes in the chat room. Look at these idiots in the chat room, for Christ's sake, all right? I mean, why do you do this? Why do you talk garbage to me? Why do you talk malarkey to me, for Christ's sake? I'm a capitalist, and I deserve the respect accorded that title, for Christ's sake. I don't deserve disrespect, all right? I mean, I'm a capitalist, for Christ's sake. I mean, honestly, folks, I mean, look into your soul. Look into your soul. And ask yourself, I mean, do you really want to hurt me, man?
Give me time.
Oh, come on, huh? You really want to hurt me, huh? This is for all the fruity asses out there, baby. This is for you, all right? Everybody get gay now. Everybody get your gay on. Everybody get your gay on. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
How can I be real? Do you really want to hurt me? Do you really want to make me cry? Precious kiss is what that burn me. Love has never asked you why. In my heart the fire's burning. Should my color find a star? Precious people always tell me that the devil gets too far. Do you really want to hurt me? Do you really want to make me cry? Do you really want to hurt me? Do you really want to make me cry? Words not few I have spoken. I could waste 1,000 years. Wrapped in sorrow, words are spoken. Come inside and catch my tears. You've been talking about believe me. Is it true you do not know? This my love without a reason.
listening to Ghost on True Capitalist Radio. True Capitalist Radio.
Yeah, that's right there for the gay contingent that seems to be listening to the True Capitalist Radio show. That was Boy George, huh? You like that, huh? Do you really want to hurt me? Do you really want to make me cry? Fruity bastards, man. That's for you guys out there that continue to fruit up my show, smell it up like butt crack. Anyway, we talked about the socialist country of Greece, getting its bailout, and let me tell you, I think that anybody who's from Greece is an utter scumbag, and you should be ashamed of yourself, all right? All of you. All right? I mean, I don't appreciate that you've got Greece out here killing people in the streets, rioting in the streets because they can no longer live their stupid little socialist lifestyle, and they blame everybody but the man in the mirror. They blame everybody but the person that should be in control of the government, for Christ's sake, and it makes me sick. It makes me sick to my stomach. I hate these goddamn Greeks, for Christ's sake. Well, I shouldn't say hate. That's a bad word. I don't hate them all, all right? I don't hate them all. There's some Greeks out here that are capitalists. I like Nicole Petalides, who's a Fox analyst that stands at the New York Stock Exchange, that sort of thing. So, but I do not like what Greece is doing. Greece should be ashamed of itself. They're killing people in the streets because, we're not going to be socialists anymore. Well, tough titty, all right? Tough titty, Greece. Tough titty. Anyway, let me move on to another subject matter. I don't want to give Greek that much, props. I mean, this is the same country that sold us that midget Andy Milonakis, and we were supposed to just pretend like that dude was all right or something. I don't know. Anyway, I want to move on to another subject matter. I want to talk about Jack Kevorkian. That's right. Jack Kevorkian died today, folks, and it's pretty sad that Dr. Death, Jack Kevorkian, is dead. I think that this is a guy who was definitely underestimated. If you actually read the autobiography of Dr. Jack Kevorkian, which I have, this guy was ahead of his time. I mean, he was trying to advocate, transplants from one human being to another long before people even thought of it as a possibility. They thought he was nuts for the longest period of time for, trying to, have these types of open heart procedures, transplants, so on and so forth. He was just ahead of his time, a definite innovator. He was just not involved with the fraternity that is the doctor community. You know that it's all a fraternity. And if you read his biography in the 50s, he actually had a couple of tests to when he was possibly going to make a transplant or possibly make some kind of an incision on somebody to make the first surgery. This guy would have done it. The only difference is that they thought he was nuts at the time. And when he saw the first person give the first heart transplant, give the first kidney transplant, he was sick. It was disgusting. You should read his biography, man. Unbelievable. All right? Unfreaking believable. And for this guy to be sent to prison because he's helping people curb the pain that is afflicted to them because they are just completely emaciated with disease, cancer, AIDS, whatever the case might be. I don't see where there was anything wrong with what this man did. And it's a shame that, they put him in prison for so long and he died out here, not necessarily the great doctor that he always wanted to be. And I think that he could have been a great doctor. And I think that if you listen and read his biography, this man was ahead of his time. And it's a shame that the media bashed this guy into some sort of nutcase or murderer or something of that nature. So once again, rest in peace, Jack Kevorkian, man, all right? Hopefully you're assisting some suicides out there. You know what I'm saying? I think somebody in the chat room said it best. I mean, Jack Kevorkian had, 130 assists? I mean, what did John Stockton have? He had about, 5,000 assists or something? So what? No big deal, huh? Anyway, folks, let me see what's up. 646-652-4869. I want to hear from you. 111, you're on the horn.
Hello, Ghost?
Yeah, what's up?
Can I have a bacon out of your cheese hole?
Not necessarily, not right now, but maybe later if you don't mind. You want a dirty diarrhea shit in your mouth so you can look back at me with a brown smile about it? I mean, that's probably what I'll give you.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course, you sick scat son of a bitch. Get him off, for Christ's sake, you sick son of a bitch. You understand? And now you know why I'm saying that I played the Boy George song. Do you really want to hurt me? Do you really want to make me cry? You freaking break. I mean, the fruity contingent that's out here. The goddamn fruity contingent. I mean, it's smelling up the whole goddamn broadcast like butt crack. I mean, you smell it. Everybody in here, take a big whiff right now. Oh my God, I'm sorry, folks. Oh, Jesus Christ. It smells in here. It smells, for Christ's sake. Oh, Jesus Christ. Anyway, rest in peace, Jack Kevorkian, man. I know that you're probably assisting people, like I said, in suicide up in heaven, so rest in peace. You know what else? Oh, Jesus Christ, I can still smell that butt crack from all the fruit bowls in this chat room. They're fruity-ass bastards. They're fruity, candy-ass, pink kid-playing bastards, for Christ's sake. It smells bad. It smells horrible. And Vince in the Bay, he's saying it smells great to him. I'm sure it does, for Christ's sake. I mean, Jesus Christ. Vince in the butt. Anyway, let's see what we got here. 111, what's up? And shut up, all right? You want to hear Nyan Kitty? Is that what you want to hear? You want to hear Nyan Kitty? Huh? A little bit of Nyan Kitty. All right. Hey, engineer, throw on Nyan Kitty for these idiots here. Oh, yeah, here's Nyan Kitty. Morons, I'm telling you, man. You know what? Since we're in the music mode, I want to talk a little bit about Rihanna. You know what I'm saying? Rihanna and this new violent video called "Man Down." I don't know if people have seen this video by Rihanna, but I think that that's about enough. I mean, she's actually advocating women killing men. You know what I mean? She in the video. She's showing herself capping some fool. She's shooting somebody, and she's actually singing that. Hey, I did it, man, because I did it. I'm a woman, man. I did it. All this. I don't know. I have no idea. Although she's never lived what she's saying in that song. She's never capped some fool. She's never, done the things that are in the lyrics, and yet she's singing it as if she's done it, which means that this is entertainment. This is the Hollywood industry once again trying to incept a suggestion into somebody's head, trying to implant a suggestion in a woman's head. I would not be surprised, folks, if this stupid video causes a couple of bimbos to go out and whack their goddamn man because, he gave me, he didn't buy me a diamond ring, instead he bought me a blender, or, he didn't buy me a car, instead he bought me a lawnmower, that kind of crap. It's just disgusting, man. I mean, where's Chris Brown when you need him, man? Where's Chris Brown? This bitch wasn't doing this when she was with Chris Brown. You know what I'm saying? Chris Brown knew how to handle this broad. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking about, right? Chris Brown, she was not doing all this garbage with Chris Brown. You know what I mean? I just think that, if she had, an Ike Turner pimp hand that can keep her in line, she wouldn't be going out, doing this type of makeshift fake malarkey, because that's what this stupid video is. It's fake. It's a farce. She has never, ever lived what was in that video. Whoever is producing this, whoever is writing this, they are trying to suggest this in the minds of America. This is what has goofed our social interaction to begin with. This is what has dumbed down America, this embracing of hip-hop culture, even though hip-hop culture has no correlation with the black community, even though the black community likes to think that and equate itself with, the black community in correlation with the hip-hop community. But let's be honest, all right? Let's be honest. Hip-hop was made by white and Jewish elitists. All right, white and Jewish elitists, assholes. So Rihanna, you need a backhand, all right, broad, and get back with Chris Brown, who put you back in your place, bitch. Here, let me get some shout-outs here for all the people that are retweeting the first tweet on my Twitter account. We got Dr. Shippers, we got Joseph Fritz, screw Casper, we got Acrylis. We got Niagara Roll. We got David Cameron 7. We got Nick Clegg 7. We got Raoul Moat 7. We another idiot trying to make a mockery out of my name here. Who else we got going on? That's about it. Once again, folks, if you want a real quick Twitter shout-out, retweet the first tweet on my Twitter account. Here it is right here. All right, here it is right here. We want Anthony Weiner out of here. We want him out. We want him gone. We want him gone now. All right, so go ahead and retweet it. The Ghost Politics is the name. All right, retweet the first tweet on there. All right, come on now, hook me up. Don't be a milky licking piece of garbage. All right, now we're going to call. We're going to call somebody really quick. All right, we're going to make a real quick call because everybody was pretty good today. As a matter of fact, we had a lot of good insight and a lot of good people calling. Providing some pretty good commentary. So we'll just go ahead and reward everybody for with a call here because, what the hell? You know what I mean? Here we go. Let's go ahead. Hey, engineer, you got it or what? You got it? Yeah. All right, you got it.
Hello.
Yeah, let me talk to Keith.
Speaking.
Yeah, hey, Keith, what's up, man? I heard you were talking about me on the street out there. What's going on? You got a problem?
Yeah, I got big problems, buddy. Who's this?
What's the problem? You like to talk your mouth out in the street or something, for Christ's sake? Why don't you say it to my face? I'm actually down the street from your house here. I'm calling you from a payphone. What?
All right. Have a good night, buddy.
Hey, you son of a bitch! I'm talking to you, Keith. You want me to go down there to your house and cause some goddamn drama or what? Hey! Call that asshole back. Call him back for hanging up on me, for Christ's sake. You don't hang up on Ghost. What the hell you think you are hanging up on Ghost, you milky licking piece of nipple clamp loving garbage? Call him back. Here, I'm not joking. I mean, call him back, engineer, you piece of crap, all right? Do you got him or what? Do you got him?
Yeah.
All right, you got him. Here, let's do it.
This is Keith. Leave a message.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Hey, Keith, I just called you up. Your voice message sucks, and so do you. All right, I'm going to call you right back, and you better be answering the phone, or if not, you're going to be some milky-licking, pussy-whip bastard that just got punked out over a telecommunications line. Good God. Oh, yeah, by the way, barrel roll. Anyway, let me tell you, that's about enough. Unfortunately, I thought that Keith was going to get a little bit more excited than that. He's just, he just was a milky licker. He ruined it for us for Baller Friday. Let me go ahead and give some shout-outs, folks. We got AIDS for breakfast, alcoholic, anal hamster rides. Good God. Anthony Weiner is in the house. What's going on, Weiner? Why don't you resign, you milky-licking piece of crap? We got ARLNet. What's going on, ARLNet? We got Austin, Texas. We got Blues 111. We got Baba Gadoosh in the house. What's going on? We got Boris Johnson. We got Bro Chillington. Capitalizing in the place. What's going on, Capitalizing? We got Captain Charisma. We got a Chairman Mao in here. We got a communist single mom. Get communist single mom out of here. Get that piece of crap out of here. Get out! We got a deadbeat dad in here. We got Debbie Daly in the house. What's going on? We got Desert Rose. What's going on, Desert Rose? We got Dixon Duvet. We got Donald Weber. We got I Love Russia. You asshole. Get that asshole out of here. Get out. Get him out of here. We got Fruit Bowl. We got Fruitier Than a Banana. We got Future DMB. We got Gizzard. We got Gog Magog. We got Goofy Boner. Get that asshole out of here. Get him out. Get out now. Get out. We got a whole bunch of guests up in the joint, man. What's going up to all the guests that are out here chilling like some insane villains, man? Spread the word, man. Spread the word about the True Capitalist radio broadcast. Let everybody know about it. We got Hammer. Get Hammer out of here. Get him out. Get out. We got Hippie Moose, excuse me. We got Huge Gidiot. You stupid ass. Get him out. Get that stupid sack of crap out of here. Assholes are trying to put syllables together and make me look like an idiot. We got I Love Fish Sticks. We got I Love Annie Mae. We got I Love Bumper Cars. I Love you idiot. Get that asshole out there too. Get him out. I Shoot Pearls. I Pee Freely. You stupid ass. Get that asshole. Get that stupid son of a bitch out there too, for Christ's sake, trying to make me say the stupid jargon. Get him out. I'm shooting poop here. Get him out. Get these sons of bitches out, man. Get that other idiot out too, for Christ's sake. Jesus Christ. I mean, look at these 6 sons of bitches up in here. Anyway, we got Jason McNasty. We got Gems93 in the place. What's going on, Gems? We got John Brand. We got Kishu. What's going on, Kishu? We got Mac Kids. We got Menno Men. We got Michael Thomas. What's going on, Michael Thomas? We got Mike Huntreeks. What? Mike Huntreeks? You stupid son of... Get him off, for Christ's sake. We got Mike's Oxmo. You stupid son of a... Get him off to get that other idiot off, for Christ's sake. We got Mr. Fortune Cookie in the house. We got Mudkips. We got Netcurs. Damn it! You stupid sons of bitches are making me look stupid out here, man. Stop it! Stop it now! We got Mudkips. We got OKUU. We got Oliver Kozlov. We got Overlord Momo. All right, we got Fat Ho. We got Phil McCracken. We got Phil McCroin. We got, you stupid son. Get that other idiot out. Get him out. Get him out. We got Rebecca Collette. We got Sacramento Joker. We got Shoya Wang. That's pretty funny. We got Scissor Me Timbers. We got You get that Soviet asshole out. Get out. Get out. We got T. Hill. We got Tez D. Culls. What the hell, man? Stop doing this crap, man. I'm trying to give shout-outs. You're making me act like an Get him out of here, too. Get out! We got the guy, 1337. We got T. Karma. We got Tobias Funk. We got Tazeki. What's going on, Tazeki? We got Oksuma. Get Oksuma out of here. He's calling me some kind of government NWO shill or something. Get him out! Get him out, for Christ's sake. We got Vince in the Bay. We got Wiener Schnitzel. We got World's Tallest Baby. And we got Yoka. Yoka in the place. Anyway, folks, once again, it's Friday. It's Baller Friday. I'm going down to 6th Street right now. It's Miller time, baby. Miller time. I want to thank everybody for tuning in with me and spread the word about the True Capitalist radio broadcast, man. I'm serious. I need your help, all right? There's all kinds of little Facebook like buttons and Twitter buttons and share this buttons underneath the player. Use and abuse them, man. I need your help. Go out and spread it around like wildfire, man. Do me a favor up in here, all right? I mean, I'm serious. Do me a favor up in here. Moreover, folks, follow me on Twitter, all right? Ghost Politics is the name on Twitter, all right? Follow me on Twitter, and, if you ever see me tweeting out something, man, don't be afraid to retweet something, all right? And speaking of retweets, let's see how many people retweeted the first tweet on the website or on the account. We got Lucky Sinner BWC, Captain Charisma, Vince in the Bay, and we've got Raoul Moat. We got Nick Clegg. Let me tell you, I want to thank you guys for retweeting the anti-Anthony Weiner tweet. And once again, folks, help me out. Retweet the first Twitter that's on the account at Ghost Politics. There it is right there, folks, all right? Anyway, I'm on Monday through Friday, 4 to 7 p.m. Central Standard U.S. time. So make sure you have your clocks ready and let everybody know. Monday through Friday, 4 to 7 Central Standard time. That's p.m., all right? Ghost Politics is the name to follow. And make sure to retweet some things, baby. You understand? Make sure to retweet some things when you see True Capital or Ghost Politics Twitter on some things, all right? Anyway, I'm out of here. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. I'm going to be here Monday. Good night, everybody. Follow me on Twitter, man. Give me some tweets, for Christ's sake. I'm out of here.
You've been listening to True Capitalist Radio. The thoughts, views, ideas, comments, and opinions of the host of this show are absolutely his. Catch more live episodes Monday through Friday from 3:30 to 6:30 Central. Or check out archive shows at blogtalkradio.com. True Capitalist Radio.
That's it.
A Napa guy knows the only way you'd give a freshly minted driver a brand new car is if he promises to never drive it. Instead, let him grind the gears and knock over the neighbor's mailbox in something a little more suited to his skill level. And with over 400,000 parts and a little Napa know-how, he can safely drive something that's nearly as old as he is. It's not perfect, but it's perfect for him. That's Napa know-how.